Unless it's break.
Hello.
And here we are. Hello, everybody.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1,
Yeah, and then there's the pause.
0, -1, -2.
Then there's, that big pause. But welcome, everyone. Welcome, lovely people. We are back with Knights of Payne Town, or Knights of Payne University, I should say, The Furnace, which is our fourth investigation.
Fourth.
Out of the 9 and something, with the prelude on top of that.
9
And
plus. Yeah.
there's stuff going
9-ish.
on. Unfortunately, Paul is not able to be here. Stuff's happening, trains and stuff like that, and not being able to get back in time. There's also a heat wave in the UK, so that's also kind of what I was expecting. But yeah, that's happening. So we're at least here. We have some sound effects as well, which is really fun.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard them before the show. They're something. They're good.
But do we need like a snare drum for you? I can set that up, but you've got that yourself, Polly.
Better set it. Well, I can do it if you want me to.
Mm-hmm. Didn't come through though.
Well, it's turning on right now. My snare drum, I'm getting it out of the case. You know,
Okay.
Open it up.
Takes a while to set up the drum kit.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
mine's always available. But anyway, we're back, and we'll do introductions. We'll get into game. Got no idea where this is going to go today, but we'll see where we go. We'll start off with Oblivivian.
Hi, my name is Vivian. I play Mavis Thorn, who is a poetry major who has a weird wand and is turned out to be the voice of reason in our party of murder hobos and a bunch of young folks who don't know what they're doing.
I will just... Burn Hobo, Death is now left the building. That was
Yeah,
mostly
like
where
maybe
that
some
came
of
from.
my characters will survive for once.
Yeah, maybe we
You know,
won't
I'd
see
like
all
to
that.
use some of them later on. You know, if you don't just kill everything that that goes against you. You don't
was
have to use
most-
other ways. You know.
That was
We,
mostly
live
Death.
We live in a
Yeah.
capitalist society, and we are capitalists, and we believe that anyone that doesn't believe what we're saying is wrong and should die. No, but yeah, I play Maeve.
That does sound like capitalism.
Okay. Gabriela?
Hi, I'm Gabriela, and can I just say I'm really glad to be able to talk to you all and play this game. I usually blank out between like right about now, and then I woke up feeling really like I just came back into myself feeling really tired after that, and a distinct need for Starbucks, which is weird because I have caffeine-induced anxiety. Don't know why though. But anyway, I'm going to be playing. Hi, y'all. It's your girl Christine coming back at you. How's you going?
Badly now.
Yeah, the face Gabby makes every time you make a joke about Christine sucking is hilarious.
It's not about Christine sucking. It's PTSD. Ravenrook.
I'm Ravenrock. I am the newcomer to the gang. I'm playing Alex Storm, and they are a anthropology TA and just discovering some abilities within themselves.
My name's Karsh, and I play Chuck, the not brains of the operation. He does one thing really well, and that's not really that good, because all he does is tackle things and protect those who he thinks is weaker than him. And being a jock, he thinks that everybody is weaker than him. So that's why he tries to protect everybody. And there's some trauma and PTSD as well in there, which you've seen a little bit of over the course of this investigation. Our mistress.
PTSD is so in right now. I'm jealous.
Hello, I am Polly, the mistress of ceremony, and I will transfer us to the city. It is another dreary day. Rain falls, pitter patter. The snow has almost all but melted, left the ground muddy and a little bit gross. There is a sadness in the air, and we will return now to where we were before. But just before every session, we always have a voiceover monologue. Today, the voiceover monologue will be done by Mavis Thorn.
Oh, yeah, we can, I think, were we heading back to the science room, or were we had just left the club, right? Or we had just gotten out of there? So, yeah, I'm just picturing, like, Maeve is, like, sitting in the back of oh, no, we had some downtime, didn't we? Yeah. Either way, Maeve, we just see Maeve, like, writing in her poetry notebook that she carries around occasionally. And I wrote a little poem for everyone. So it's not great, but it is what I can do on 10 minutes of writing a poem.
Woo!
So it goes Mavis Thorn, and then it's untitled, probably like most of her poems that are just like one-liners that she writes. Hark the hero's quest, one that only we attest. In darkness where we found a shady person hanging around, gray hair peeked over the still, their desires as strong as their wills. God, I hate reading poetry. Why did I pick a poetry major? I must graduate, they proclaimed, as their face remained unashamed. We spotted the fox in her hole, a place where she had complete control. The princess then approached the burrow and ensured that her delusions were extremely thorough. Though she nearly escaped death, an experience that surely left even her out of breath, we now sit and lie in wait to see if we can beat our fate.
That's pretty good. That's very good for 10 minutes. So when we last left, the crew attempted to infiltrate and gain as much information as they could at a local dance club, which is run by apparently a woman named Foxy Supreme. And I think the crew learned that she is involved in the distribution of this candy that has some effects on its users. It appears to make dreams come true. It also appears to make those dreams come true ever so briefly, leaving you with a longing for more. They've run into several addicts who have, at least one has over time lost their addiction one way or another, but maybe something more. The crew regroups, I assume, in Science Room M, perhaps the next day after a night of rest and readjustment. Do you meet again in your regular science room? And is that where we will see the crew today in the say early afternoon?
Yeah, I could say we could do that.
As I noted at the outset, it's raining. The skies are overcast. There's a fog around today, and every once in a while you hear a slight thunderous roll.
Thunder.
Ever so slight.
Ever so slight thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can just say that Penny didn't make it, and we don't have to explain too much. Penny's a busy woman. We're in college, most of us. One of us is trying to escape college.
Job. We'll gather. Alex would climb in through the window, just because that's now the only way they know to get in.
Alex, there's a... Okay.
In the science room today, when you enter, you notice there is... It's not unusual that changes are made to the furnishings and the experimentation equipment in the science room. There's a couple of things, though, that seem out of place. I don't know if you leave some of your belongings behind, or if you know some of your classmates have some experiments that they've left, but a few things seem out of whack. You don't know one way or another whether it's I'm another student or something more nefarious.
And in the back
Sorry,
of the,
I didn't mean to say that. It's just other students moving
That
things around.
probably didn't mean anything.
and
Yeah.
in the back of the
I don't know.
room, as Alex jumps through the window, you see Goldie on rollerblades because they're mandatory. Trying to stand upright on the rollerblades while playing on the computer and just like banging on like an oversized keyboard. And you can see like they've gathered up a few desks around them and like just have multiple computers on and just playing something on the computers. While Chuck just sits on the other side of the room just playing with his football. Ignored by
So-
Goldie.
I don't know. Penny said she couldn't make it, and I kind of assumed that she would be leading this investigation. How are you feeling, Alex? I know you got thrown into everything with us, so you feeling okay, bud?
Is Christine paying attention?
No.
That's normal.
Oh, okay. So she didn't die, which
She didn't die.
presumably good. But she didn't get us any candy either.
Or any info on it. No. Well, we did get
Or any
a
info.
bit of info.
If you want some,
But she did.
we have a stash, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Don't take it.
No,
No.
I'm good. But if Rachel is stealing the candy and she pretended to be Rachel, if we find Rachel, maybe we find candy.
I don't think our problem is getting candy. It's getting the creator of it. So Foxy was our main lead on that. I don't think Rachel really matters in the grand scheme of the hierarchy that is the drug dealers that are dealing the candy. I think Rachel is like low peg, like does not matter.
Also, I totally told you all about the grandmother disappear.
The who?
Yeah, the
Grandma.
there was the old lady, they said, right? That went missing.
Yeah.
That used to do Rachel's job.
Yeah, the only
Yeah,
old
the-
lady that I know is that Esther Monahan. She was 102.
And also your grandma, right?
She wasn't my grandma.
Chuck, do you have a grandma?
Yeah. You
I
said
don't
the
know.
only old lady.
Okay. Well, either way, I don't know if that's a good lead because we don't really have much information on an old lady. We could interrogate Rachel, but then that'll just come to bite us back in the butt. I'm pretty sure somehow.
Also,
kinda
we
like
told get her in enough trouble already, and she didn't even do anything. So
Oh, she is possibly dealing drugs. Well, most likely dealing drugs.
She is dealing.
no,
drugs.
totally
So-
right.
There's a bad part there, yeah.
Yeah, but she also your friend sis. So
Who's this?
your friend.
Football player.
Not my friend.
Hans is not your friend.
Really?
No.
Okay,
Because
I don't
I
understand
was
how football works.
yeah, me too. I think I don't know. You
Teammate?
all seem so close,
Compatriot?
with all the bus snacking and
One would assume that you'd have to have a certain level of trust in order to effectively execute plays.
Mhm.
Yeah, but they're not friends.
Mavis, while you're
Mavis.
talking to your friends there, attempting to figure out what you're going to do today, you notice first out of the corner of your eye, and it grows brighter and brighter. You start seeing those same the blue orbs, blue pebbles that lead off. They sort of lead out the door for a second, and they get brighter. And I don't know what happens next, but you might, because time has passed, you can attempt to face danger against Moonstruck 3.
Moonstruck 3. Okay. Sure.
Tell me how you want to try to fight off the feeling that you would like to follow these orbs.
So I have. Would you say that this is trying to break my spirit in a way?
I would say that it is. I would
Okay.
say it certainly is.
So I have You Can't Break Me, which is
Okay.
once per scene when you face danger that would break your spirit, you can trade a missed result for a 7 to 9. So I will put that in mind of everyone.
All right. Okay.
That I can do that.
Nice. Good job.
I have my
Perfect.
unyielding hope, my meditation. I will take my breathing. I will calm down, try to calm
Alright.
myself down a little bit. That one only helps me when I'm talking to other people.
Let's see if we've got any weakness tags here for us.
I am not worthy
I'm not
of
gonna
love.
invoke
I would
one
love
right
to
now.
trigger that one.
Which one?
I'm not worthy of
Oh.
love, which I mean, I think applies to some things. So.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I don't see any that I feel like I want to invoke, and I don't know if now's the time for that.
Now's not the time. Okay.
Unless you want to, of course, and it fits, but I don't see
I
any.
mean, I don't think it fits then if you don't think it fits.
Yeah.
So I will roll it.
Before you roll it, I was going to give you a help point, but it's too late.
It's
7
okay, it's
to
a
9.
7 to 9.
Right. So you'll take Candy Crush 2.
I hate that game.
Desire.
Nope, that's it. It's Candy Crush 2 now.
Okay. You may continue.
So how does it, can you explain to me how this makes me feel, like mechanically?
You want to follow that path, and that the blue pebbles are not fading away. You can see them, and you're kind of distracted, and you want to follow them, but you're able to, maintain wherever whatever it is you're doing.
Do you guys see the pebbles on the ground, or is it just me?
Pebbles?
No.
Blue pebbles?
Are you okay?
Where's that carnival music again? What's up with that?
So, like last night when you mentioned you take stuff. Sometime did you take stuff last night when you get home?
No, I didn't. I'm just saying, I think there's some kind of like magic thing going on. Because there's like, and I kind of like point, you guys can't see them obviously, but I'm pointing out the trail, and it looks like they're leading somewhere, and I have this really, kind of like how I was craving the candy. I'm not craving candy right now, but I am craving following that path.
How about we
can't be
don't
good, right?
follow the path?
Well,
yeah.
you do crave candy as well, but the path really wants you to go. You feel like maybe if you have some more candy, you might feel less compelled to follow the path.
For some reason, I almost like I was told by a fourth person, like someone random,
fact,
like this
yeah.
ambiguous voice.
If you have some more candy, by the way, I will burn your Candy Crush tag in its entirety, or your status.
I'm not doing that.
You don't know where Chuck's
think
hidden them.
It might be a withdrawal thing, because it feels like withdrawals. Which
But
is
like-
weird, because
Like from when you don't play football.
But why would I see?
No.
What did you
No,
say?
I think like it's the things that a certain celebrity that went to rehab a lot described.
What are
It's
those
like
things?
you're no longer at rehab, but you're writing a song about how much you miss the thing that you went to rehab for.
Yeah, but
That really
I
manifest
think,
as small blue pebbles.
yeah, small blue marbles in a path that I want to follow.
Do we need to go to
I think-
rehab?
What
I
if
think we should follow it.
saw the experiment
Maybe.
through?
I think we don't follow it.
Right. So see, that's the thing with my former sorority. Like like sorority captain, like she was like, I start feeling these things, and then I start taking the things again, and then she start like tripping the f out, and she start following these little pebble or whatever, and then she ended up in rehab, which is probably good for her.
I don't think those pebbles, this trail goes to rehab.
I think this trail goes to whoever is distributing candy, because from my perspective, it seems like if they're like how Alex said yesterday, if someone's giving something out for free, then you are the product. And I think I kind of have an idea of what candy's made of. And if I'm right, that means that this is how they get more candy.
Do you care to share your postulation?
Well,
Can you use smaller words?
I think candy, from what I've seen and from what we've heard, it sounds like people who aren't like us don't enjoy candy as much as we do. And when I was digging deep in myself, it wasn't me who wanted it. It was the magical side of me. If we want to call it magical, because we don't have like a word for that. There must be like a weird
Superpowers.
There's got to be a word. I don't think they're superpowers. They feel more like magic to me, but maybe that's because I have a wand.
Oh, like fairy tale.
Yes. So my issue is that part of me was the one that wanted candy and not me. So, I mean, it is me, but like not me, like the magical side of me. So why is that part drawn to it? And then we see that like people who are like not like us, who aren't magical, they don't crave it, or they don't like they enjoy the taste of it or anything, which is weird because it grants all your dreams, so why wouldn't you like it? Maybe it only responds to people who are magical. And then I had a thought about how you would get something like that and why I'm drawn to it. And I don't know, the pebbles, I kind of noticed them yesterday, but I'm noticing them a lot more, and it's just kind of solidifying that theory that they are using us as fuel for it. So somehow, because you know how we put emotion, how Esther Monahan put emotion, Alex, we had Esther Monahan, a therapist who was putting negative emotions into glass. So like if you ever looked into a mirror or a window reflection of yourself and you felt really bad,
Right.
that usually was because of what Esther Monahan was doing. I've noticed
So-
that it hasn't happened.
Is that
Wait,
not
so
substandard
this-
self-esteem?
Yeah, that's like, was that like so this is a therapist, but also is like making people feel bad about themselves.
Oh yeah, she was
So
terrible.
that-
Corvus killed her. So
Who?
she was about like 150 years
Death.
old. She was kind of overdue death. So anyways, long story short, she was imbuing glass, and so now that when we found glass in the candy, I thought like, oh, they're imbuing something in the candy because the glass has something in it. And I think this time they're imbuing magic in it, but like specifically magic from us, like from inside of us. I think they're somehow either pulling it out of us or they're making the candy out of people, which is my theory. And I know that sounds crazy, but on all things that I've seen in the past month and a half, that is not the craziest thing that I've said out loud. So
Oh, so you're saying like people was made into glass, which is then made into candy?
That's what I was
Ew, people are so much calories.
Is the candy green?
is it green? No, it's.
No.
What color is the
Okay.
candy, Polly? Is that even like important?
It's not. Well, it's blue. I won't tell you whether that's important or not. Without a
Okay.
roll.
Maeve, I think you're thinking far too much these days.
Mm.
Thanks, Chuck.
Like
I was
way
surprised.
too much.
Hey,
I think
so-
you need to like hit the gym and just like mellow out and just do one of those really heavy exercise days where you just stop thinking of everything and just like focus on inner healing and inner strength.
Chuck, do
But
I look
Chuck-
like someone who's ever exercised in my life?
Yeah, but
Which
also
is also
Chuck,
why you probably should go to the gym more often.
right? But Chuck, that's not a gym appropriate attire. We'll have to go shopping. Oh my god!
I'm not going shopping.
Oh.
Listen, I think I'm I'm not completely sure. We'd have to find out. But I think if we follow this trail, I think this is what's happening: is people take candy, people like us. It feeds into our desires. It makes everything happen for us, and then suddenly we start seeing these blue orbs, and we're tempted to follow them. Like I'm guarantee if I look in, it's not me that wants to follow them. It's her. It's that magic side. So
Okay.
If
Hold
we
the phone.
knock out that magic side, would you be safe then?
that's a good question. If we didn't have magic, would we still be the same people? That's actually a question that I don't think I want answered, because that would be terrifying if I wasn't a full
Right.
person.
Hold the phone though for one quick sec.
You're always holding the phone.
I am, but you do need to as well, because I'm going to point out something here,
Chuck pulls
which
out
is
his phone
that
and flips it. Now what?
okay, you look into your contact and you find your coach, your former coach, because I don't think he was magical, but he likes the candy. So that's different than what Mavis is saying.
I've only got coach
And so
here.
is Jack.
There's like my phone only has space for one coach.
So you
Already
do
erased him from
okay.
your life.
How would you find out if isn't that like a feeling?
his
that you get in
office.
person? Okay. How about
What about Hans? Hans is an idiot.
Jack. Or Jack, right? Like if he was magical, he would have said it.
He was on the ground pretty screwed up.
Right. So I think that maybe
But did he then
like-
follow this?
We could. He's probably dried out by now. It might be worth a question.
maybe, but I what I'm saying is I don't think like that the candy is limited to people like us. But if that's the case, then the bartender guy must be different somehow. Maybe he is a different kind of magical.
I know that a lot of us don't even realize that we have, like, people like Alex, like, don't even realize that they have powers, or
I've still not
magic.
fully accepted this possibility.
You do. You wouldn't be able to see all the stuff that we have if you didn't have them.
Also, saying that doesn't stop the contaminations of your sample due to your personal bias in your research. Or something like that. I'm not sure.
Wait,
What I read sometime.
someone else read for you, I'm
See,
sure.
That was
I
Yeah,
Yes, it's
actually,
hot.
yes.
Alex, what do you think about all this from what you've heard, and what's your theory?
I mean, I think you have a valid hypothesis. Not had enough observational data on the candy, but unfortunately, the only way to test an experiment is to run it. Maybe if we all go, then it won't end badly for you.
How about we don't? Following a trail is not always the best idea, especially if it's like a supernatural bad one. I've got an idea which might be bad, but it might be something.
There is no knowledge gained without some risk.
Well,
Okay. But let's hear what Chuck has to say so that he'll shut up about it.
Holiday knows something. Like, this guy is an investigator, a private investigator, private eye. He doesn't know. I don't think he has power. I don't think he sees everything, but he knows something is wrong with the world. Knows something is going on. How else did he know to point out that, or to get us in trouble with Ellie Woodcroft? But I'm not going to give him candy or not. But he might know something about what's going on with all this strangeness and all this. If he was investigating Jack, he might know something. So how about we call him in and put everything on the line and say, hey, this is what is going on. What do you know? I mean, he hates me no matter what, but he could help
He
you
left
guys.
you on red.
Look, you don't find it odd that you would prefer to engage with someone who will attempt to do you harm rather than follow something that might only potentially include harm.
Yeah.
But
Also,
that's
who
someone
is-
that's a known entity, and it's only
Okay.
against me. He might help
Alright.
you.
But
Okay.
Chuck, hear me out. Like, I think all of our leads are leading to the candy distributor. It's someone who's making it. It's in that old factory. I bet you if we follow this trail, it'll lead to the old factory. I'm guaranteeing, actually, that it probably would.
Okay.
But
Right.
he might know something about these naga tattoos, or he may not know. Know something about these, like.
Didn't he leave
Okay.
on red the last time you texted him too? Like he didn't even text you back.
Oh, that's so embarrassing for you. But also,
Ghosted by
who
an
is
man.
this guy?
He's a private investigator. He
Uh-huh.
was dating Goldie, Sam.
The
He was dating
troll?
Sam, Samantha, and they were, and she tried to hook up with me,
I thought
but
Oh.
he was a lesbian.
she sacrificed herself to protect me, and
Was
died.
Goldie not a
After-
lesbian?
Who's
was
hooked
weird.
up with you?
Hmm?
So, wait, hang on. So you hook up with his ex?
I didn't hook up with his ex.
Oh, you didn't.
She
you
took
did
me on
not
a
hook up-
date. I didn't know that they were even going out at the same time.
Oh,
And just so happened we'd already put him in the hospital.
it was completely unrelated.
It was completely unrelated.
Oh, interesting.
Just he was stalking us.
Oh,
Okay.
so like Alex. He was
Not
Alexing you.
stalking, engaging in observational research.
A private
From
eye.
afar.
Stalking.
That's just stalking.
Yeah, like from afar.
Not when
without
there are
knowledge.
notes.
That stalkers take notes on people too.
Yeah, actually, I had this
No, no, no.
one stalker that took pictures of me and write love posts and stuff like that. So
Did you take
See,
pictures
I
of
don't
them?
Herein
think
lies-
there's difference.
Why would they do
Crucial
that to you?
The goal of observation is
I'm just
information.
hot.
The goal of stalking is voyeurism or violence.
Right.
And I mean no violence, just information.
And that might be it. He if he was observing us, stalking or whatever, he might know. He might be stalking other people with power. Might know what's going on because he was investigating Jack, so he might know something about these drugs.
It does.
I want to
Also-
follow the trail.
Stop.
Guys. It's
The bell
I would-
rings, and you hear the commotion ordinarily, yet you hear hour to hour of students walking by outside the door. You know nobody's going to use the lab right now, though.
I think we're walking around in circles, and Alex is right. We need to investigate, and the only way to investigate this and to know if it's bad is to follow it. And this is not just me being like, I want to have this desire to follow it. I think it's where we need to go. And if you guys come with me, it's not completely a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea.
Well,
It,
you know what, Chuck? You know what's a terrible idea? Almost every idea that you've had since I met you, and I usually go along with most of them. So
oh, MG, you did not just say that.
I'm getting real frustrated because like no
Oh.
one is listening to me.
Because all you want to do is follow the drugs.
But
It's not
also,
drugs, it's a
But also-
Maze Plan is not irrational, though. It's not just some kind of fueled addiction thing. There's some logic. If you ate the candy and the thing appeared, then perhaps the thing is connected to the candy. And if it does lead us to the glass, I mean, isn't that what Penny said? That she thought the glass factory was tied up in it?
hold on to your job because I'm going to do
Goldie,
something
where's the
unexpected.
glass factory?
oh,
And I
yeah,
just
we-
call it. Where's the old glass factory located in Chinatown? Do you? And Goldie starts playing on the computers.
Right,
Can I
so
can I
hang
do an
on.
investigation to find the old
Sure.
glass factory,
Don't we know where it is?
or do we actually know?
Well, You only know kind of generally where it is. You think you probably know where it is, but
So can
Is it something we could look in like a public record for? Because it was
sure,
there. Should be listed.
sure, you can give it a
Alright.
shot.
But you're gonna make a
no,
roll.
as in, is it accessible or is it something we need to investigate to find?
I'll give you this. I'll give you this for free. You think you know where it is.
Slow
Right.
down. Slow down.
You
Because
kind of know what you have a street address, you think. You feel confident you can tell yeah. You know
Okay.
where it is.
So in the back of the
Pretty
room,
sure.
Goldie the troll on rollerblades is skating between the three computers and typing stuff, and then you hear the dot matrix printer go off, and there's a printout of a street address.
Yeah, you print out a street address. And well, I will also give you this for free. She pulls up a street address on the screen, and there's a dot. It's like there's like a Google Maps dot, and you go to like print, and then you look back at the screen, and the dot moved ever so slightly, and you're like, did you refresh the browser or something? Like, I don't know. And then you sort of like think about it for a second. You look up, the dot kind of moved a little bit again. You get
Sure.
that for free. So you kind of know where it is. You're not even sure if you're like, wait a minute, did that move? If
Goldie,
you would like
stop
to know
playing.
more, you must
Print
roll.
out the right address, and I'll try to do a roll.
Roll. She gave it to you for free.
Hmm?
She gave it to you for free.
Okay.
If you would like to know more, you have to roll, but you have to explain to me what you're. I mean, this is going to be what I'm trying to indicate to you is if you want to find your way there, you can go to around where that dot is, but it might not be obvious when you get there where this old Aurora Glassworks factory actually is.
So I'll try to do a roll from a hacking
Okay.
point of view, from a street
Okay, you
view.
fail. You fail.
Okay, I didn't even have to roll.
Listen, to me right now, if I'm explaining the feelings, I want to follow this trail. I think this trail would vanish if I took more candy. So that's the
No,
problem.
that's a bad
You're not
one.
listening. I didn't say I'm going to. I said the feeling is if I take more candy, I think the trail will go away. So it's a withdrawal symptom. And it's not just cravings, because Christine helped me with that the other day. It is straight up, I want to follow this trail. And I think it means something. And I think if Penny was here, she would agree with me.
we can totally do that. But I just want to point out that we also didn't listen to Chuck. And in the sorority, we listened to all the sisters. So Chuck was talking about how what's his name again?
Holiday.
Holiday.
Yeah, Mr. Nobody was like an investigator. I don't know how good he is, but if he was somewhat competent, he should have something on those Naga guys, right?
I mean, he still thinks Chuck killed someone when Chuck didn't kill that exact person.
I think that's
So-
because I think that's just a pure anger thing. He just doesn't comprehend that. But if he was competent enough to find stuff on us, and incompetent enough to figure out that there was something wrong with Ellie, then I think he might not. Look, people that don't have powers don't see what happens around us.
Well,
This guy,
as
I
we've-
don't think he has powers, but he's able to. He's smart enough to be able to notice things that are just slightly off.
mean, he might have powers now. You've seen, like we just talked about with Alex, and what we've seen before is that when you hang around people with powers, you eventually get them.
Oh god, I hope he doesn't have powers.
I mean, that's
Hypothetically.
true. I mean, like one stalker's
Allegedly.
already gained power.
Allegedly.
What's next, right? So,
Not stalking.
okay.
Okay, listen.
Just because you make notes still makes it stalking.
Yeah, totally.
It just makes it creepier because when the police
Yeah,
find the
actually-
bodies, you have all the notes there.
Oh my god! I didn't even think of
Wait,
that. No, okay.
are there bodies?
Actually, you were the one who just confessed to, or actually Maeve said that you killed someone. I mean,
I
not the one
haven't
that
killed
Holiday thinks
anybody.
you killed, but you killed somebody else.
I haven't killed anybody.
Kind of feels like at least everyone besides me and Penny's killed someone. So
I don't think I killed anybody.
I
I'm
haven't
suddenly
killed
feeling
anybody.
less confident about my participation in this group.
that's how I feel.
All right. So, okay, I'm actually.
You see in the background, Goldie on the rollerblades in the back of the room just starts fading in and out.
Anyway, okay. Cards on the table.
You're playing Snap.
And then I begin to put my credit cards and my debit card and my other credit card on the table.
Take
And I go
2, 3.
and I go. Listen.
What's your
Cards
pin?
on the table. What?
What's your pin?
Oh, which one is that? What? Sorry, I like have one for each of them, but I also hire someone to remember them for me. So I'll have to check back with you on that. But anyway, I'm very cards on the table. I'm very concerned about me.
Oh, same. That's why I think we shouldn't follow the breadcrumbs.
Which is why I think that we should go with those pebbles because hold your horses, Chuck. Because if you have one, I mean, you don't like you have.
No,
You don't look like you
no,
have one. I do.
No.
But
Christine,
anyway,
get to the point, please.
yeah, right. Okay, so I think you would go alone anyway, without us. So it is probably safer if we all go with her.
Maeve, I know you wear black and all that type of stuff, but I don't want to put a collar on you to stop you from going and putting yourself in danger. I think that's very
Chuck.
demeaning.
That is very kinky and not what I'm into, so please don't ever say that to me again.
Collar is so not in right now.
I know, I don't even wear chokers anymore. They're not really like my thing.
Yeah. Oh my. Like, what were people thinking? But okay, we're going to.
I have to teach a class in like 4 hours. Are we gonna make a decision?
Right. Still. Yeah, we're gonna
still
get back to
teaching
that
those
because that's
classes?
totally exploitation.
No one turns up to classes anyway.
Yeah.
I do
We
when
do.
I
Okay.
hypnotize them too.
Listen.
Wait, you
Since Penny
hypnotize
is not-
people? Can you hypnotize Maeve to not follow?
Oh, see, you admitted you do something.
Okay. Yeah, that's really fucked up.
Can we,
Would
guys,
you remind
please.
me what the message was you sent to Holiday?
I've got
about
no idea.
Jack?
You wrote it down.
Okay, all right. hold on.
He sent a
I'll try
thumbs
to
up,
find
or
it.
he left him on red or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but I was trying to think what the contents of the message were, and I moved.
The
it.
message was that there's drug dealing going in the university. Jack was under drugs. He's found him. He was safe, but we're tracking it and found it. There was in the whatever that is, like the Foxy
Holiday
Supreme and the
responds
drugs
to
thing.
you on by text message while you're standing there. It goes,
Yeah.
bzzz, and you see, "Stop lying to me," and that's all. That's all he says.
Okay, so Holiday's on board.
Oh, cute.
Board with
Right. So Penny is not here,
Or
so
how?
I'm going to pen this. I'm going to say we follow me, and then if it doesn't work out, we'll go to name
Holiday.
Okay, holiday. Let's do it.
I'm totally just going to blame you.
But Maeve, where are the pebbles now?
Yeah, can I still see them, Polly? Since
Yeah.
we've been talking and
Yeah.
I've been kind of... They're still there?
Yes, they're still there.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like point to the direction that they're leading in and be like, yeah,
Yeah, they go out the door, and into the parking lot. If you just want to keep following them, you'll eventually have to get in a car or whatever you have. What kind of vehicle? Do you have your French driver pull up?
No, I think we can take Corvus's car this time.
All right.
I don't want to.
So you go.
Pepe Le Pew in danger.
Yeah. So like you have Corvus's car, and you make your way through the building, and you happen to walk by Corvus's office. You just take that way, and you happen to see there's another person has occupied it since he's left. Anyway, you make your way to the parking lot where the blue orbs continue through the parking lot. If you get into the car and follow it, in order to well, let's just skip all the way to this point. So you follow the orbs, and it's not very difficult to do so. And you make your way through the streets of the city until you get to around the area where Chuck's Google search indicated that the old Aurora Glassworks factory was. It's somewhere between Chinatown. Well, it's in Chinatown, but it's near the border, near La Colonia de Sombras. It's near the border of that, south of the meat packing district and the professional football stadium, not just the college one. It's where you imagine your ex-coach's coaching practice, maybe. You get out of the car around around kind of a dark corner. The orbs, or the pebbles, the blue pebbles, glow brighter and brighter as you sort of make your way out of the car through a narrow alley. There's fire escapes on both sides. You can hear the drip, drip of the water coming down and collecting. There's pools of water on the asphalt on both sides. There's a dumpster. There's sort of litter everywhere. There's candy wrappers all over the place too. You pick one up and it's got a little like storybook looking C on the wrapper, like many of the other ones you've seen. And the blue pebbles appear to just dead end at a brick wall in the dark corner of an alley. And you think for a second, you all unwisely made your way together into this sort of dark corner of the alley. And you feel tense all of a sudden. I'm not going to throw anything at you because I made you go, because I described you going here, but you feel there's danger here, and on the wind, as if to make the scene even more uninviting, you think you hear some sort of humming or even chanting.
Here's that.
It goes through this wall right here.
A car drives by further down. You hear it hit a pool of water. Yeah.
I think we should go.
May, is it really where this is into?
I think it's here. Whoever's doing it, I think, is behind this wall.
Now,
Is that?
you take a moment to look around, and you see that the brick wall that it deads end to looks like a giant. I mean, it looks like this is a factory. I mean, this kind of looks like your place. This looks like the old Aurora Glassworks factory, but you haven't seen any signs. You see other buildings around. This is like a kind of a desolate area, but there's other buildings. There's businesses. There's even apartments up sort of above some of the local shops. If you were to go outside of this alley, it's still Chinatown. It's a little bit more industrial side of it, but this one building, you haven't found the entrance yet.
Can I just touch the wall? No, don't make that face. I don't want to touch the wall anymore. I don't want to touch the wall anymore.
Yeah. You can touch the wall. It feels like bricks.
Okay.
Could I maybe like investigate, but like bending the air to see if I can catch more of the chanting or figure out where it's coming from?
Okay. Feel free.
Okay, so I would do bending the air and keen observer.
Oh no, it looks like a miss. All right. A door appears on the brick wall, and suddenly you're like, how did I not notice? There is a sign that says above the door, the Aurora Glassworks factory.
Yeah, this is bad.
Was that there?
No.
It wasn't. No, I think we should go.
Yeah.
If we leave,
I saw.
And the orbs go right to the door.
Okay.
If we leave, how are we gonna This is our best lead.
Okay. So
No, it's not our best lead. It's our only lead, but I think it's still bad.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
also-
That was a miss. Oh, I thought you succeeded, and I wanted to give you a lead. I just made a mistake.
well, could I
Punish us for it. That's fine.
Could I
Can we
change
punish
the
the
game
GM
to
and
make
just
the door
win?
happen? Could I change the game to make sure to make the door appear so we don't have to go back on that narrative?
No, I'm just kidding. I was being sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
No, there's really danger here. It's...
Yeah. So I know I've been asking these questions ever since we get into that old busty car and walk down this sketchy alley, but is it really where the battle leads to? Because I swear I saw a rat hugging a pile of maggots just as we enter, and I wanna puke.
You sort of look, you can't, you sort of look back to where you came from out of the alley, and I guess it must have curved around or something like that, because you don't see how exactly you got into this narrow alley.
Maeve, where did the pebbles go?
Into the door.
Where did the exit go?
You're sure it's around
Yeah,
the
I'm
corner
with
somewhere, probably. You got in there somehow.
What did Robert Frost say? The only way out is through?
So who is that?
Yeah. Also, is that person still alive?
Is that supposed to be on the test?
Best.
Maeve, help.
I don't know how to help you. You can't explain things to them.
Feels like
I
the
think-
rain is getting heavier.
Listen, I could get us out of here right now, but I think I could get us out of here.
Is that through the door or is that out?
Out. But I'm just worried that this is the only lead that we have, and this is exactly where the candy's coming from.
Send a picture and a message to take a picture on the phone and message to Penny. If we don't come back, blame Maeve. and a picture of like us in front of the glassworks or old Aurora glassworks factory.
What? You took a picture? I'm gonna post.
Chucky
was a
sent this to
beautiful
the group
selfie.
chat.
I see.
Well, at least everybody has it.
But might I suggest that if we do proceed, we should do so with a great deal of caution. Feeling very
Yeah, because that door definitely was there the entire time.
No, totally wasn't there.
Polly, I'm gonna open
Yes.
the door. We're at this. I'm just gonna open the door.
All right, you open the door, and you see it's very dark inside. You cannot see anything. Obvious, it just looks dark. The
There's,
door's
like-
not locked,
like
though. It opens right up. In fact, you
unnaturally
think you
dark,
might
or,
hear a little
like-
bit of a little bit of a song. I don't know, as it were.
Is
sounds
it
kinda like Mr.
unnaturally
Sandman.
dark, or is it just like a dark room with no windows?
You don't know. It could be either one.
Is it, I mean, like, is it
This
pitch
is-
black, or is it just like dim, like dark? You know.
It's
I'll
dark.
investigate.
It's dark.
Okay.
It looks
cool.
dark.
leaves their factory unlocked. Does that not feel weird?
If you want
The
any
people
more
who want
information,
to-
you can investigate, though. I mean, I'll let you investigate, but it's dark. You might get more information if you ask the right question, but I can't guarantee it.
This is literally so stupid. And then I walk in.
Okay, you walk right in, and
Caution!
she disappears into the darkness. What would the rest of you like to do?
Freaking follow.
I'm
her,
not
I
going to
guess.
say what she sees yet.
I'm tempted to walk away though.
Yeah, Alex is gonna follow.
Okay, we'll go one by one.
Shall we hold hands and do this?
I think we all just walked in. That's
Actually,
Everybody
could
walks
I,
in. at once.
could I turn on the flashlight on my unspecified brand phone?
You don't
It's
get
like
to say
a-
anything because you're already inside.
Mhm.
Who else would like to go in?
I followed right behind. So
Okay. Anybody else? Any other takers?
Alex?
Yeah, if Maeve goes, I'm
I-
going.
We need to hold hands in case we're separated.
I'm not holding your hand.
I will
Everybody
not hold your
goes
hand
in.
either.
Everybody goes into the building. Now, the door slams behind you. And you see the lights just sort of come on automatically. They like flicker on like old fluorescent lights. And, well, Chuck, Christine, and Alex, you see a old factory. Like it's been closed up. You see some bins, and you see an old furnace. It looks like it's broken down, hasn't been used in a while. There's dust all over the floors except for kind of your footsteps. You see you see tracks in the dust as if there's been activity recently, but right now you just see the flickering fluorescent lights of a factory. You look around very quickly and you realize, to your horror, Mavis is no longer with you.
That's why I said to hold hands.
Mavis.
Where am I?
Strangely, the first thing you hear, or when you go inside the factory, is not exactly what you see. You hear sort of like crackling fire, and then you see the burning. But the factory that you're in a factory too, but you look back and you don't see. You kind of call out for Christine. Well, I don't know. No, actually, I take that back. You look around, there's nobody there. Christine's not there. You look back, nobody else is there. The door does slam behind you. But it doesn't seem, while it's dark and quiet, it doesn't seem abandoned anymore. In fact, you see, as you enter, you see sort of ruddy a warm glow that flickers on the walls as if a fire is burning, and you're seeing the effects of it, the light coming from it on the walls, and you pass by a dark sort of timber post, and it's smoothed over by years of wear, and when you touch it, it leaves this brown, sticky, bittersweet stain on your hand. And then you notice for the first time as you look up, there would be a corrugated steel ceiling supported by rough wooden logs, but there's a syrupy smell in the air. And
Oh
somewhere
my God.
nearby
No.
you hear something bubbling.
I know where
Eventually
I am.
you step into the firelight that comes from an enormous furnace. You creep around and you wonder, that's a weird glassworks factory furnace, because to you it kind of looks like an oversized stove. And against the blazing fire, you see the shadowy silhouette of a slender girl gazing into the flames. And we'll cut and go back to the other three members of your group. What do you do?
See, I told you to hold hands. That's what happens when you don't hold hands. We get separated.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
okay. We
Chuck,
cannot be
that's
actually
exactly.
separated. I mean, she has to be somewhere. We all came in together. She could just
Okay,
bend the laws
Where?
of physics.
So the laws of what?
okay. You want to talk about the law of psychic? I will tell you
Walked
that
right
we
into the
walk.
trap.
We walk in here we drove in here, up in here, on a straight road. We look back, it's curved.
Yes. But
Yeah.
we could have. I mean, sometimes curves are very gentle, and you just don't realize that it's happening.
It's literally block our exit.
The place doesn't. The place is wrong.
Yeah.
The place is wrong. It is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So how are we gonna find Maeve?
By using
Knock down all the walls.
it will
That seems dangerous,
One-
Chuck.
won't it fall on us?
Yeah, imploding building.
We
Yeah?
we don't even have May bubble to protect us. If it falls on us.
We need Maeve. You find Maeve,
Right.
then we will knock down all the
We
walls.
need- we need
Yes,
Maeve to
yes,
break
let's
the
do
door.
that.
Excellent plan, Chuck. Love it.
Okay.
Find Maeve.
How?
What if we what if we try and go back out the door?
I don't think that's how doors work.
I'm dead.
What
I'm
if-
so dead.
No. Hang on. What
I'm
if the
worried about you.
door
I'm trying to
that
give
we
them
walk-
time because I don't know how the hell you're gonna get out of this. Like
What is the door?
What?
I'm tired.
Okay, so what made the door appear?
I
There was no door, and then there was a door. What changed in between?
little smoke and glitters begin to form a little bit on my icon as I go. What if we walk through the door and it leads right into where May is? Because that's what doors do. And I would like to use my power
Are you
to
sure?
change the game. I would like to make things whimsy and magical by making a magical door that's when we open
That
it
does
into
what?
the outside, it leads us into the inside. And I enchant what already exists there, warp in reality as I do
Okay.
so.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you that the only thing that you don't know. I mean, how are you gonna do that? Like, you don't know what happened to Mavis. Like, you can't just make a door to a place you don't know to where it goes.
Mm.
What if it just leads to Maeve, or like where Maeve went, right? That's like a general.
Well, here's
idea.
here's
We'll
your
find
best
out.
recollection
Maeve?
is that you all went through the same door, but when you went through the door, you ended up in different places.
And there's only one thing that's different between the four of us.
So we lost Maeve. Okay,
Maeve!
so there was no door, and then there was a door, and then we all went through the door, and then only Maeve didn't go through the door.
No, Maeve went in front of us.
Yeah, I went in first.
Chuck,
And
do you
then-
have any candy on you?
No? Dogs are bad.
If I looked around, would there be some hanging around the factory?
What are you looking for? I mean, like
Candy.
You don't see any out of without a roll.
Be willing to do that? That would probably. I think I read Keen Observer, and that's probably all I've got for.
Woo!
Yeah, I would roll
Investigating.
change the game if you want to create if
Oh,
you
why don't-
want to find candy somehow.
You know,
Or
if we could
flashback.
change the game. If we have, you could use a
Or you can
flashback. to say that
flashback, that's a
Roth
good
took
one, too.
candy.
What's that?
Use a
To-
flashback.
To see where Chuck hid them.
Okay, but hold on a second. Hold that thought. 'Cause we're gonna cut and go back to Maeve.
No. Don't
Before
wanna.
the roaring fire, you see a youngish woman with a baseball bat. She's swinging it around, confidently as the fire blazes. And you creep around the corner. You know that you can't even. You tense up. You don't want to move a single muscle because you don't know what dangers could face you. But you hear other footsteps around. You are not alone with just her.
She knows I'm here, right? Like, I know that she knows I'm here, right? Is it the vibe? Am I sneaking, or I know that I'm being watched? You're gonna make me roll for that, aren't you? Fuck. Okay. Okay. I don't know what to do.
What would you like to do? What are you gonna do?
I mean, okay, so here's a quick question. I
Yes.
don't know if you can give this to me for free or not.
No,
Don't-
we'll see.
I wanted to ask this when I first walked through the door. Is the
Okay.
door locked behind me? Because I would have chested it. At least Maeve would have at least went to grab it and just pull down.
It is. Yes, I mean you try to open it, and
Okay.
it's a heavy door. It's not going to just open.
Okay.
You could probably break it down.
I was gonna try to break it down, but and
but
I'm already moving
it's
in
an
this room.
incredibly okay. So this is everything in this building is industrial grade. So breaking it would certainly give away that you're there if it's already not in. If it's not known that you're there, all of that is in this factory will be wrought upon you, and because I gave you this for free, is that it's not just you and whoever this woman is. Probably friendly. I mean, I don't know. Now the baseball bat she's swinging around looks like a post-apocalyptic thing with spikes on it, but maybe that's just a hobby.
Can I roll to sneak around?
Yes, you can. In fact,
is
I
the
suggest
only-
if you do not want to reveal your position, this is a required success.
Okay, cool. So, I have a few things.
Okay.
Number one, I have my I am able to go unnoticed. Okay.
Okay,
I am able to
good.
go unnoticed, and
That
I can
works.
breathe and meditate and calm myself down so I don't freak out and stumble and fall or make
Okay.
any noises that I don't need to.
Okay.
I have
Before
an
you-
eye for detail, which allows me to see. where like to keep an eye out for things that might, make noise or something that I can avoid.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
This might be a stretch, but I was thinking I have my bubble ride spell, or my bubble ride tag, which I use to basically float in a bubble or like on a bubble.
Okay.
And I was thinking I could float above the floor and try to like get closer to the ceiling, just to like not only observe but to get away from these people, so I'm not physically near them, so they can't like, why would they look up, right? Like why would they look up in a factory if they're working here and they've worked here all the time? It's not like they're looking up all the time, so it might like help me hide a little bit more. That's all I got. If you don't like that, that's fine. That was all I had.
And before you roll,
Bubble,
I'll give you a
but
flashback.
What?
Before you roll.
No, we can't. No. Use the flashback.
No,
for
you
Candy.
can't.
Don't use the flashback for.
Well, it's the only way I can give you a help point. So either you let me.
No,
Okay.
it's
No,
fine.
we can use the flashback for something else. To try and
No,
get
I'm
there.
going-
I'd rather you guys
well-
use it for something else.
Every person gets one flashback, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Shit,
I
that's
think
right.
so.
Why am I dumb? Like, I've read. The
Oh,
book.
I thought
I
it was
think
like
that's true.
one spaghetti.
Yeah, same here. We rarely use them. That's why.
I will say this though, I am going to make you reduce your roll by 2 because of your desire for candy and to follow the path to the furnace.
But I can use the bubble
I'll
ride
let you use the
to
bubble.
try to.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So
I
would you-
appreciate that.
no problem.
So
Thank you.
would you like a help
Critical
point
moment here.
with the flashback?
Can I do that? Can we use a flashback for a help point? What could Chuck give me that could be a help point?
You
Motivational
gotta tell me
speech.
how it happens. You gotta tell me how it happens.
Motivational speech. It's got to be like an object or something. I don't think.
Motivational speech. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
that's-
want.
I'm trying to sneak around. It's got to be something that you could give me
Well-
that could help me sneak.
And it's up to you. If you fail, that's on you.
I'm telling you that I can't use a motivational
Well,
speech.
then, yeah, that's it.
Karsh.
There, go.
We can try. We can try on our own.
We believe in you, Maeve. You can do it.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, great. That really helps me feel better. Okay, I'm gonna -2.
She's so bad.
Wait, can I? Oh no. Does my healed 1 do anything?
Nope.
Okay. Fuck, I really was trying with that. All right.
Those
Everyone
two,
wants
by
to
the way, I
donate.
will tell you if it applies. It's going to be an
that's fine.
incredibly rare time for those. Those are just sort of tracking.
I know. I was just checking.
Okay, all right.
You know,
all right.
I'm really stretching here for like.
It's
okay.
And for those watching live, there's a poll up and running, so get your votes in now.
What's the poll? I can't see it.
You're polling to see if I die. This
I didn't say that. Oblivivian, don't look at the poll.
How about, you know what? Can I use a flashback to use a crew theme tag? The library.
Tell me what you're doing. Okay, well, what are we flashing back to?
I'm thinking about myths that like describe, situations that we're in, right? Because I've been thinking like that Maeve has already kind of deduced that weird like embodiments of myths and legends and stories, basically because of what her story is, what her wand story is, right? So that's like, she's like, oh, that's like a story, that's like an actual story and not like, and then we have Apollo the sun god, like these are legends. It seems like we get our powers from legends. So she's probably researching a bunch of legends. And one of them specifically is about 2 kids that end up in a witch's hut. That is.
What are you talking about? I never heard of that.
I don't know. Because the candy and cooking people. And she was
It's a
thinking, like,
stretch. It's a stretch, but
Cooking. Cooking people. And also there is a Hansel, Hansel. I think Maeve was probably just.
Seems like a
reading.
stretch, but okay. All right.
I would like to use a flashback to use that tag.
And you
So,
lick
like,
the side of the wall and it tastes awfully nice.
It is candy. Yeah, the room is made of candy. So I think back, and what if I just think back to the stories that I've read of Hansel and Gretel, about like how they defeated the witch and how they avoided her, and I would just like to say that I've read those in the library probably. So I think it works, Polly.
Okay,
I'm
but you're
stretching.
gonna have to roll to get a bonus from that, right? Like there's a couple of flashback options. One is your backstory, that doesn't apply. The other one is when you do something to give yourself an advantage in which case you have to roll to get the advantage. Which is why you usually have somebody else do it instead of doing it yourself, because then it becomes 2 possible misses. So I don't know.
Fine, I'm rolling it. I'm rolling it. Sneak
Okay,
around.
so you're gonna roll change the game.
No, I'm sneaking around. I'm just sneaking around.
Oh,
Fuck
okay,
it. I'm
all
not
right.
doing the flashback.
Okay.
We're just gonna sneak around, and if I die, I die. Do I have any?
This is not a roll or die situation, but if you know, it's not good if you fail.
I'm not facing danger right now, so I'm fine. Okay, cool.
Mild success. Okay, so so tell us what happened.
Well, I mean, is it what kind of complication am I getting? Because I can explain.
Oh, I'll tell you once you describe. I'm gonna build the complication off your description.
Yeah. So I am kind of like, as I notice that there's people around me, and like I'm kind of feel like I'm surrounded at this point. I kind of just create a bubble, and I float myself up very quietly and try to like maneuver myself kind of up into a corner just to get away from people, or just even like up and into like a dark spot in the room to see if I can like, stay out of people's like vision range. That's kind of the goal of moving in the bubble, is to get out of vision.
Okay, so now I can do one thing. I can say someone unimportant interrupted you, but that or notice you, but that makes them important. I don't know if that one sounds appropriate. You were preserved only by a secondary sense. Your scent while sneaking. You've seen whispering a message. In your bubble, you like rise up, but you scrape against the wall a little bit. Part of the wall kind of flakes off. It's a little bit brownish and falls to the ground, and out of the corner, almost out of the shadows, comes what you see the young girl as these shards like hit the floor. She looks over, and out of the darkness comes a very dark brown looking shambling creature steps, and she looks unsurprised, and you see like this creature has like kind of bright eyes but no hands, as if they've sort of just fallen off, kind of no foot but a leg, dots down the center of its body.
The gingerbread man. Yeah, okay.
And it's what?
It's a gingerbread man.
It's some kind of zombie.
Yeah, a gingerbread man.
Yeah. And there's one that comes from below you. There's another one that falls behind. And you see the girl say, "We're not alone, are we?" And we'll cut. You're safe for the moment, right? But
the moment.
Yeah. Let's cut. We'll go back to. Well, should we take a break? Is it time for that yet? I don't know. I haven't been keeping track.
We can take a break. I just wanted to say run as fast as you can.
I mean, it's up to you.
We can't break now.
We can break now. I think we are going
That's
to
called
break
a
now.
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
We will break now, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. Because I've got nothing. I've got no idea what to do. The poll results are coming in. Yeah, so it's 100%. Mavis going to be who's going to be the one to die in this. Sorry, that's what the voting public has said.
And that's what happens.
Oh, because you just voted for me, didn't you?
I didn't have time to vote. I was thinking, Karsh.
Yeah.
Well, I said don't look at it. I said don't look. So we're going to. Oh, hello, first-time viewer. Hello, per Stephanie. Welcome in.
Oh,
we're
that's
about
one of my
to.
players from Wednesday.
We're about to be on a break.
Cool.
But Oblivivian's in a lot of trouble. So Oblivivian is on a lot of
gingerbread
trouble.
man. That's all.
I'm fine.
They're delicious.
He's a badass. I'll be fine.
It's 2022, so it's a gingerbread person.
All right.
that's
Can we go to
true.
break, please?
Oh, I have to stop the cultist chanting to get the music up. Damn. We'll be on break. We'll be right back. It's only going to be 10 minutes, so stick around. We've got to think of how to get Maeve out of there, and Maeve's got to think of a new character, possibly.
I won't.
We're all going to die.
Wow, character art,
Yeah.
damn.
It's not
Wait,
really
Max.
how the game. Yeah.
No, it's not how the game always works. Death isn't always
Yeah, I mean, it could.
but it
Yeah,
is always possible.
Could be. Yeah.
So we'll be back shortly. Stick around. See you soon. Am I back?
Hello. How are you? Welcome back, everyone. So, during the break, well, okay, when we went on break, Mavis got herself into a honey of a pickle by making her way into what appears to be a very sugary, delicious factory, and below her is some shambling creatures that she somehow believes are gingerbread men. I don't know why she thinks that. There's a roaring fire from the factory's furnace. Kind of looks like a large stove, but it is indeed a factory furnace. And there is a young woman standing, or was standing before the fire, swinging a baseball bat, and she turns to look to see what the commotion is. Now, this woman has some some custom moves available to her that I, because I am a nice person and I actually didn't look ahead of time, I did not apply them, but I will tell them to you now. One, she is ambitious 3 right out the gate. She has that. Also, you feel that she's got some other stuff that I won't, there's some surprises there. Moreover, I was supposed to give you exposed 3 when you first came in and you tried to sneak around, but I will give that to you now, exposed 3. It probably won't apply to anything because you're about to be exposed. In fact, you know what? Yeah, I gotta give it to you. Moreover, she is especially tricky, and there is a custom move called Tricked. Each scene, the MC can make 3 hard moves as soft moves to reflect her trickery. Moreover, she's magical, and thus you might expect that she's able to obscure information gathering efforts through magic. And she may obscure it in some way. That's all I've got. Mavis.
I thought we were going to everyone else.
Oh,
Why are we coming back to me?
correct. Ah, yes.
Don't kill me first. Let them.
I'm
let
gonna
them
give
do
you all. I'm gonna give you 1 move each to simulate the urgency, and then Mavis is gonna get a hard move.
things. Woo!
And the
According to
flashback
the-
counts as our move if we use it.
I can be flexible, but probably. If
Because
you
I
can
would love to do a
convince me-
flashback to change the game. Yeah.
Okay, all right. It's a flashback, so I'll give you 2 moves, including the flashback. I'm feeling generous. It's as if on the wind you look to the factory, like the like long quiet furnace, but somehow you hear as if on the wind. the roaring fire, as if from another dimension. Because it is.
Alex would reach in their pocket, and then would cut to a flashback of, during their downtime, they had been hypnotizing their students to perform better in classes,
Okay.
and that included catching some of them out in passing candy around the class, and which they confiscated away from the students and tucked just in the pocket of their waistcoat, because it was handy and there. And now as they stand in the factory and they reach their hand into the pocket, they pull out 3 pieces of candy.
Oh, okay. You got to roll change the game though. And then you can have your I will give you a story tag candy that you can just use at will.
I'm trying. I don't really think I've got anything. Maybe my network of students helps me here.
You got student stuff. You like teacher. Use
I
any
do
of
have
the teacher
student
tags.
stuff.
Technically
Let's
convincing
see.
them, or you were persuading them? No, you probably just took it from them.
I just took it from them. No, there was no none of that. All right, let's try this one.
There you go. You've got it. Oh, you got a power of 2. So if you want, tell me what you're gonna do.
So yeah, I would like to create a story tag that, candy
Okay.
candy available.
All right. And I guess you want it to be prolonged because you want to be able to.
I
give
would like it
to
to
other
be
people.
prolonged because I want to be able to hand it out
So
to.
you have enough candy to give to people.
Yeah.
And so that'll be a tag you can always use then. You have a reasonable supply of candy.
Which is not a good thing.
Well,
All right,
good
so,
is always a little relative.
What are you gonna do with this candy?
Yeah, Alex would pull out
Or the,
the
oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
the candy from their pocket and be like, "Okay, hear me out.
Listening.
We all came through the door, and
Uh-huh.
only Maeve disappeared. And
Right.
the only difference between Maeve and us is that she'd eaten the candy. Yes?
That's not the only difference, like Fashion says, but yes.
Okay, well, we will never all reach your fabulousness, Christine. However,
She
in
dresses
this
much prettier than
limited solution, I offer the hypothesis that if we eat the candy, maybe we'll end up where she is.
That is so much calorie and glass. But yes.
Do it.
Okay.
you. You need
You
to
win
eat
it,
it all.
Christine.
Drugs are bad.
Just kind of eat one.
Just this once, Crush.
And that's how it always starts. Just as she's seeing weird things just from once.
Cash, shut the fuck up and eat it.
Chuck. Guys calling him Karsh.
Chuck.
Chuck.
So, here's what I'm gonna decide. You can tell me if this is fair or not. You can eat the candy, right? And still do another move. But once you eat the candy, you can't make a move, right? Because you're not gonna be in the same place. You can make a move if there's something you want to do, and then eat the candy, or you can just eat the candy. Each one. I'm going to start with, because you're running out of time. Chuck, what are you going to do?
Can I be last, please?
Chuck, what are you going to do?
Chuck doesn't eat the candy.
Okay, next up, Christine, what are you going to do?
I eat the candy and totally ruin
You
my
disappear. You disappear. All right, Alex, what are you going to do?
Alex would actually wait for Christine to eat the candy first, just in the entrance of science. And then when she disappeared, Alex would take
Christine is
it.
a real friend, though. Like, Christine is a real bitch. Ride or die.
Chuck,
Like, I love
you're
Christine.
alone. We cut back. Now, as if, okay, so we're just moments away from you emerging into this room. Whoa, wait. On second thought, you like appear and you can see what Mavis saw when she first appeared in this factory. You see the flickering flames and you hear, "Is there somebody here?" I mean, you hear like young woman's voice. Oh, we're not alone. You sort of hear what just happened, but you can't act yet because you just arrived here. But you're in a different place. But Mavis, the bubble, you're floating down. You have one roll. You have one thing you can do before you have to face. Wait a second. I said I was going to give you a hard move, didn't I? Your hard move is. What's that?
You gotta give me a hard move.
Yes. I'm going to eliminate your bubble. So you are
pop while I'm in the air, and does it like deflate and then go down?
You go and you fall to the ground because of the startling condition. Well, no wait. I gotta play it. I've got to role play correctly. It's to reflect Rachel's trickery. Turns out she's seen you the whole time, but made you think that you had an extra move, and so she flings the baseball bat. It doesn't hit you, but it pops the bubble as it flies by, and boom, you fall to the ground. You don't take any statuses, but now you're exposed. Between you, there is, you see, did I say the name of the person there? I did, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
If I didn't,
you didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just the young woman.
The young woman who still remains unnamed is over by the roaring furnace, and you think you hear screams from the furnace. But that's still, it's still not that loud of screams. Maybe it was just your hearing. She's behind, surrounded by these shambling brown creatures that look awfully delicious to you, but gross at the same time. They sort of crowd your area. And what do? I'm going to give these, we'll call them delicious looking men.
People.
They have a tag called delicious looking doughy looking creatures. They have a
ginger dough, and
there's a few of them, we'll say.
Please.
Ginger dough, not gingerbread.
They have dull-witted as a tag. What do you do?
Where did I land? Did I land like near my friends that have just appeared? Or
Nope.
Did I land away from them? I landed away from them.
No, like there's a way that you make yourself around, from the entrance. You walked. You like followed the flickering light. It took a while to get to where the young lady, who I will, go unnamed for now, is burning something in the furnace. It just took a little bit to get there. They'll be there in just a second. But you have to deal with these, I'll call them gingerbread men if we must.
Ginger glutenly made people.
Mavis, what are you gonna do? We're so delicious looking.
Wait. Oh, so I'm like now. Okay, so as the scene is described, I am in the middle of. She knows I'm here. She's seeing me. Is she in front of me right now, or is it just them?
Okay. So you got the gingerbread men surrounding you. There's a few of them surrounding you. They're only a collective of size 1 at the moment.
Okay.
And behind them is the young lady, and then behind her is the fiery furnace, the large stove, where a large pot boils.
This is not gonna be good. I don't have anything.
You can see it overflowing with some sludgy substance too.
I don't want to attack her yet, but I feel like I'm kind of I'm half tempted to attack to like defend myself, and I'm half tempted to talk because maybe
they like reach out for you, the gingerbread man. One of them's arm falls off and falls to the floor.
I pick it up and give it to him.
Thank you.
I'm kidding.
I'm very delicious.
I see that.
One of them's got a pirate hat.
Hold on. Hey, listen.
Yeah?
We could maybe talk this out. You seem like a reasonable person, and you.
I'm dull-witted, if you'll remember.
I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the girl, not the.
Oh.
I'm talking to the woman. She's like,
What?
she's there. Like I'm just gonna talk to her. Like, but
Okay,
from
yeah,
a fellow witch to a witch, I feel like we could definitely at least talk a little bit before you do whatever you're gonna do. I mean, you're gonna do it anyway, right?
You think I'm a witch? I'm a businesswoman, sweetheart, and you're the product. You're right.
So then, why don't we just
I
have
don't
a
know why.
conversation?
Something makes me laugh like this, though.
Well, witch is a strong. I think witch is very attributed to, businesswomen, savvy businesswomen. Witch is a very broad term, but I would love to have a conversation with you about your business strategies at least a little bit, if you don't mind, before you do whatever you're gonna do to me.
Let's
I would
see.
love to roll a convince. I would love to convince her. I would like
Yeah.
that's all I have.
So I'm going to say this. She's going to convince. You know what? She is ambitious. So she's not willing to hear you out too much. So I'm not going to apply the ambition. Roll convince. Let's see what happens.
I'll try. It's all I got, Polly. It's either this or I die. So I have unyielding hope that I am, going to come out of this alive. I am hopeful. I'm hopeful that I will not die. I am gonna say things that, in the interest of not applying, I'm not saying I'm gonna die that. I know I'm not gonna die. This is it. I'm gonna convince this woman. This is all my last chance. I am a woman of words. I am very good at wording things and making sure that I weave my words together so that they form beautiful sentences that people love to hear. So at least, if anything, I could distract her with that. I am killing her with kindness. Because I am being nice. That's all I have.
Okay.
You know what? What matters to the most? I actually just took this in my struggle tag. The question was, what do you notice in other people because of your struggle? And I said, what matters most? So what matters to other people the most? So what matters to her the most is that she's ambitious and she's a businesswoman, which I know, which is what I am using against her.
Okay.
I just took that tag and I didn't know how I was going to use it, but I'm going to use it there.
Okay. All right. So
what do you want to do to me?
What do you want to do to me? Okay. So how many tags are you using now?
That's 4 tags. 4.
Okay, 4. So I'm gonna have to say though, you still have the candy screwing with your brain. So I'll take 2 off of that, and that's all I'll do.
And I can't help you with the help point.
We gotta make it interesting. You're in a tough spot.
Okay. And I'm just trying to make her hesitate. I think, or at least I'm trying to make her rethink cooking me, at least. Specifically me. I don't give a fuck about anyone else. I don't care. I honestly, at this point, I am I don't give a fuck about anyone else. I need to get out of here. So that is where I am in my life. So I'm going to roll convince.
Okay.
Please roll
She's
20.
going to be tough to convince.
Give me something.
Mild success, okay. So you can give her a status.
I have a personality thing that is once per session you can impose +1 tier when you convince. So I get so it's a plus. It would be a 3 status instead of a 2.
Okay.
Because of that improvement.
What status would you like to give? Now it's a mild success, so she can give in a little, but protect her own agenda. So here's what I will do. I will interpret this favorably. She is not inclined to not cook you. That's what she wants to do. That's what's going to make her money and ultimately give her success that she's driven. You see her hesitate for a second because there's some humanity there, but there is a desperation for life that she believes that this is what's going to, this is the one thing that's going to keep her from, keep her alive or keep her, from maybe facing a difficult life otherwise. Uh, so I could take the status, but that wouldn't really help you, because it would require a lot more convincing than this. But it is enough to cause her to stop. Hold up for a second. My pets. Tell me who are you?
Oh, well, I'm Mavis Thorn. I go to the local university. I was actually trying to figure out why everyone was so interested in candy. It was more just like, I'm a poetry major. I like writing poetry, and I just wanted to find the person behind it because it felt very peculiar, almost like the exact definition of capitalism as to why you were giving things out for free. And I see that I was correct, that you are using it to find your product, which is interesting.
I'm a businesswoman.
And who might you be? You know, who might you be, Miss Mysterious Businesswoman?
My name, well, you know, I'm gonna skip to the end of your story here, but I think we know why you're here. My name's, I might as well tell you now, since you're gonna be delicious paste soon. I don't mean to put it so hard, but my name's Rachel. How you doing?
Great. Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you do it, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, like, I'm really curious how you take the legends out of folks and put them into, or do you just, is it the whole person?
What?
Do you just cook the whole person?
What? Huh? She looks confused.
The magic that you're doing. You're doing magic, right? With the candy and whatnot?
Well, I'm gonna look around you. There's a live gingerbread man. Now I don't know exactly why people like pay for this stuff or what it is, but I'll tell you what, there is so much to this city that you didn't realize. Like, there is an entire group of people who I can't tell you anymore. We're gonna cut over to the
I would just want to
say one more thing.
I'm being very loud. I'm talking very loud.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm hoping that if I'm in the same factory as everyone else, I think Maeve is like, I am somewhere, and if they are here, then maybe they can hear me. It was more just like that I'm trying to distract her enough to get my friends, which is, at this point, is very, in Maeve's perspective, would probably be doubtful.
Right, so she'll give in her agenda a little bit to talk to you because, you know, she's like, you know, I've always wanted to give a final speech before I kill somebody. So, you know, ordinarily I wouldn't do this, but, you know, you got me into talking about my business model. And so she goes into her, you know, I would write this up if it were an ordinary business, but, you know, the profit margins are very amazing. And you could hear this conversation loudly going on. You sort of make your way through this dark hall, but you see that the group of gingerbread men has grown to a size of 2 now. They come from, you know, the sort of, I don't know, they almost come out of the walls a little bit. You can kind of see. And so the 3 of you then arrive. Between you is a...
oh, no, it's not 3. It's Chuck didn't come.
Oh, Chuck. Oh, wait, let's go back to Chuck. Hold on, Chuck. I'm so sorry. What do you do? What are you doing?
I'd go elsewhere.
You're gonna take the candy?
No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Chuck leaves the building.
Okay, well, you try to, you go to open the door, and it opens. What do you know?
Yeah.
You walk outside. Alley? What's that?
Is it a straight alley?
What would you like to do? You tell me what it is.
Chuck goes outside, and he's troubled. He goes outside. He's troubled. He thinks, I need someone on my side. I need backup. I need someone that might know what's going on more.
Okay.
And you said that this gives you what you want. This candy gives you what you want.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Yes,
thinking,
it does.
and his mind just focuses. I need backup. And he just focuses and focuses, and he licks the candy. And
What do you wish
hands.
for, Chuck? What?
Hands turns up.
Oh, Hans?
Arms.
Hans.
Okay, all right.
He knows Hans is also taking the drugs. Hans is already if Chuck's gonna go in there, he knows he can take this person in.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Did I just screw up the MC?
Hold on a sec. I gotta figure out how to make this work.
You have to change the game for that, I think. You try to
Yeah.
create something that doesn't exist.
Well,
not, I'm
but
teleporting.
You took the candy. You took the candy, right? Which means I kind of have to accommodate you. So, Hans appears, confused, like what? But at the same time, now you see the trail back in to the into the gingerbread house.
Yeah. Oh, factory. Hans,
Factory.
I
Gingerbread factory.
I need you. I need your help. We need to. I need your help. We need to go in there. We need to save some people. We need to score some touchdowns.
No, wait. This is. You shouldn't be here. My sister is.
What do you mean,
we
your
have
sister?
to go. This is dangerous. She. Did you? We can't mess with the operation, okay?
What do you mean, your
serious
sister?
about this. What?
And I essentially pick him up and run in.
Okay, you go in.
As in,
This time
Goldie
when
and
you
I
walk
pick
through
him
the
up
door-
and run through.
Yeah. Now, interestingly enough, Hans goes with you, even if you don't know that he's even had candy himself recently,
Recently or
but
not,
he
but
goes
I know
through
he's
anyway.
had it. I know
He
he's had
makes
it.
it through anyway. And
So either screwed us or helped us.
you arrive at the the entrance of the delicious version of the factory, but you still don't get quite to the main room with the furnace.
Yeah.
Instead, we're going to go to the
And then
main
spit
room with
out
the
after
furnace.
I've finished licking it.
Oh, there you go.
I
It's
didn't
too
want to take
late
it
now.
off.
You're already here.
I'm there,
We
but
come back- we-
I only enough to get him there and to get through.
Okay. So, Alex and Christine, you are surrounded by a group of gingerbread men, snarling but awfully delicious looking. Size factor 2, which is I think a few, or I think handful is 1, a few is I don't know. Size factor 2 group of gingerbread men. They have they have one tag that is dim-witted. What do you do? Behind them, you see Mavis carrying on a loud conversation with the person you now know to be Rachel. Behind them is a roaring furnace, which looks like a very large stove. There's drips coming from the corrugated steel ceiling that look sugary and glisten a little bit. What do you do? Why don't we start with Alex? What do you do? I still have 2 hard moves that I can apply as soft moves.
We took
Just to
the
remind-
exposed when we came in.
Yes, thank you for that. You are exposed 3.
I think Alex would actually be like just so startled by the the hypothesis wasn't supposed to be true. Magic is not supposed to be real. That they would kind of go to like a fight or flight instinct and maybe try to sneak by engaging their invisibility and like just not be seen, just hide. So
Okay.
that would be a sneak around. So I would do breath bends the
Sneak
air
around.
and become invisible on sneak around.
Yeah, unfortunately, that the exposed 3 does apply to that as well, though.
Yeah, it does.
But so does dim-witted. So that'll be. Oh, you made it. Okay, so you hide into the shadows. Wow. Okay, nice job. I'm still going to not apply one of my 3 hard moves. As I ask next, what do you do, Christine?
So I took the candy earlier, right?
Yes.
What does a candy do for me?
Well, it'll give you whatever you wish for most, and only Chuck was the person who thought of. Yeah.
You're gonna say it. You're gonna say it. Say it. You know you want to. Chuck was the smart one.
Yeah, no, I mean that was a good strategy, but so
do I still have the candy effect with me, or no?
what do you
Probably
want?
still eating it. Yeah, it takes a while.
What do you wish for most?
I wish to be powerful enough to be able to save us from this.
you gotta you gotta describe it. You gotta tell me exactly what you want.
What that means is
I want to win. That doesn't work.
Yeah. And what that means is I want my power to be strengthened. Can I get some juice for that?
You gotta tell me what you're wishing for exactly. Do you want like a bus to come crashing through the wall, or do you want lightning to strike somebody down? You know, like you really gotta. That's how the game works. Tell me what happens.
I'm going to change the game here, and use my power, and I would like some bonus on that if possible. That the candy would help my power, like take full effect.
No, you gotta tell me what you wish for most.
A vegan army.
You can't say I wish.
So what
for
would it
one
look
chicken."
like when you used your power and it was stronger?
Yeah. I think she's...
How about I do my power first and just not worry about the candy right now? I think that's more important.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you like to do with your power?
I see the woman shouting with Maeve, letting me know that this woman is behind this.
Okay.
And I like to change the game. I see the burning furnace behind her, and I go, the floor is lava.
Ooh,
and I would like the fire to spill over into lava and begin to burn the floor. With her in front of it.
All right.
So change
That's
the
a good
game.
one. I like that.
I will warp reality with my delusion, making things whimsy and magical, because the idea of like the floor is lava is such a whimsy thing, like a child play. And I enchant her furnace, which already exists.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just tell you there's one thing here. She has a one yet unrevealed custom move that will apply to this.
Okay.
The floor is lava. I like it though.
She's like, shit, I don't want to do the custom move. Rule of cool, do both.
No, the custom move, I will trigger it after you make your move, but it will affect the result. But I'm just telling you, whatever you do, it might not turn out as you expect.
Okay. So I use warp reality, making things whimsy, enchant what already exists. And then will you allow my self-centered nature to apply here? I don't know if it would, but I figure I ask.
I don't think so.
That's all right. So I think that's about all the tag they have for that. Do I apply any minuses to this?
Just I'm gonna let you roll it without minuses.
Okay. All right. And before I roll, this would be a perfect time for like a well-timed donation or something. And Bilber, if you love your girl, now it's time for us to show it. Okay, nothing happened.
I just want to point out, you probably should say that beforehand because there's a delay.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'm rolling.
Okay.
And then the redemption will probably come through. Not bad.
How much did you get?
tell us what happens. You got a 10, so you got a great success.
I would like to create the story tag. The floor is lava, and make the fire from the furnace spill over. And
Okay,
begin
nice.
to
I
burn
like
the
that.
floor with her.
And you could scale it up too. You could like make the whole floor lava, or the whole place around the furnace lava if you want. But
Could
I
I make
would
it
make
so
it
that it's
ongoing.
a? Can I make it so it's an increasing effect, so it's like begin to spill out and then it will keep doing that? Would that like something I can put the tag on, or does the whole
Yeah.
floor have to be lava right now?
well, here's what I'll do: is I'll say, we'll just say floor, lava floor, is a story tag, and it can apply. We'll just say it applies, enough to like catch where she is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, I would like that.
Now,
So that's the tag. And then you said I can scale it up.
yeah.
Can
we probably
I
should
make it?
go toe to toe here? But it's all right. We'll do this.
Can I scale it up to make it spill over like more per minion around her?
Sure.
Yeah. So I'll
Okay.
do that.
Okay. All right. She does not apply her custom move, but I will tell you what it is. When you give Rachel a negative status that poses a danger to her mind or body, she switches places with you or turns it around so that you get the status instead.
Oh.
You feel that like she's like you can tell she has a way to change places with you. She can also warp reality. She's more powerful than you realized. But the floor underneath her turns to lava, and she's like, she doesn't immediately have a reaction because he rolled change the game. So I'm going to say, before we apply, oh God, I screwed this up a little bit because that should have been a go toe to toe. But instead, I'm going to waste one of my hard moves, I guess, because that's what you do otherwise. And I'll say, enough! She's upset that you made her feet hurt. A cage falls down on you from the ceiling, just out of nowhere, as if it's a magical cage and you are now caged 3. However, you can face danger if you want.
I would like to face danger.
Okay.
Christine? Or
Christine.
Me? Okay, cool.
Christine.
Okay.
It's my second hard move that I can use as a soft move.
You can't use any of the tags that you used before because it's a conjoined move.
Gotcha. Can I look to one of the gingerbread person and get them to push me out? Like, no, help me, please. And I would like charm with a beguiling smile and intoxicating scent, and they do have dim with it.
I'll give you.
I do you one better. I will conjure an illusion so I look like her.
There isn't time for that. You got to be quicker. It's got to be faster. You know, this cage is just. There's no time to talk to the gingerbread man.
So I don't have time to yell like, "Help me, please!" for them to.
Well, you can, but it'll be too late. You got to come up with something else, or just roll flat.
Hey, you could probably just roll flat.
If you can just dive out of the way.
Yeah,
and I won't charge. Here's the thing.
I'll give you a help point. I'll create a bubble around you that could like maybe stop the cage from hitting you. Would that be okay?
All right. All right. Let's just look to see if I got any weaknesses here. What does others' conviction mean?
Their ability to like look through the illusion, like the convictions of like dead set on their way and what's fact.
I see. Okay, all right. That's fine. I'm not going to apply that. Okay.
So
you can roll the face danger with a +1.
Okay. Right.
You got a mild success, so you are pinned to, we'll say, or you'll say, yeah, you're pinned to, you know, like it falls onto your foot or something like that.
Ow!
But you're not caged. Okay. What about? Let's see. Alex went already. I can't remember now.
Duck, probably? Or is it me? It's probably back to me.
It's you now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
probably-
is now time for Mavis. What do you do?
Am I perceptive enough that, like, if I do something to her, she might switch places with me? Like, if I perceive that as well, or is that
Yes.
just
Yeah,
Christine? Okay.
yeah. I'm telling you that
Um,
because you can see it sort of flickered back and forth. You know, I'm just giving you a little bit of a warning here. So you're gonna have to figure out a way around that. Meanwhile, the lava is beneath her, but keep in mind, if you try to get to where she is, you'll also have Flora's lava apply to you, probably, unless you describe something else, like maybe a bubble thing.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about what I could do here. I mean, I could just keep talking, but that is not obviously going to work.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. The gingerbread people look ready, like they're ready to strike. I don't know.
I don't want to go right now. I don't know what to do. Okay, I would like to I'd like to change the game. I'd like to create bubble around myself to protect myself from the gingerbread men and from her. So instead of like applying a
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say whatever you do is probably gonna be go toe to toe, unless there's
Okay.
yeah.
Then I don't want to. Then I'd rather just attack her at this point.
Okay.
But I know that she's gonna switch places with me, so it's kind of like, what do I attack her or do I wait?
Well, if you want to do so like, if you don't want to actually go toe to toe, if you want to like make a bubble to get away or something, I guess that's probably. I don't tell me what you're gonna do. Describe it more clearly.
I would like to. Then I would like to at least get away from or get closer to. I don't know, because I was either going to create a bubble around myself to, like, basically if she does something to me, I'll have, like, a +1 against it, kind of just creating, like, a preemptive bubble to use.
Protection.
Yeah,
what do you think
protection
about
bubble,
take the
but-
risk to create a bubble? I'll give you change the game. Take a change
No, it's
the
okay.
game on me.
It's okay. It's okay. I could take
No.
take the risk.
I want you to have it because I'm gonna probably, I'm just trying to help you get set up for this because I haven't figured out yet how you're gonna defeat her. So just take this one.
Okay. I don't have anything. Okay. I can use bubble magic and protective bubble wrap.
Okay, do it.
Boom.
Do it.
That's it.
And you're exposed, but we'll let that one slide because this really applies to more like sneak around. So yeah, go for it. +2.
Okay.
Give yourself a bubble. Mild success. So you get yourself a. Go ahead. Tell us what you'd like to do.
Burn. So what are the? I never understood what the power. Like, why would you burn a power tag or story tag?
If it hurts you for some reason.
Oh. I probably wouldn't be able to use that for the negative status that I have, right? No.
You could reduce the status, sure. If it applies, though, like it has to, you have to, it has to like, so does the bubble shroud you at all?
Yeah,
Or,
well,
like-
I can change
Okay.
the colors of the bubble. I've already described it as like I can
Okay.
make them. So maybe I'm instead of like I could just I'll create a bubble around myself and like shroud it a little bit so I don't see all the like orbs around that are distracting me. 'Cause that's what that is, right? Is it's just like
Yeah.
distracting
Well,
orbs.
Sure.
I mean, if not, I could also just create the bubble shield 2 story tag, right? Or I could give myself a status of plus like a bubble 2. That could work. A positive status of bubble 2.
Yeah, I mean it'll be a temporary status. It would only be for the next roll, so it would be
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, bubbled 2.
Bubble 2.
Bubble wrapped.
And you have to
But
keep
yeah,
in mind
I
that
mean-
may or may not stack with other statuses. Probably, So you always have to choose whether it's going to be a story tag or a status, because there's a little bit of, mechanical difference there. But we'll come right back to you in just a second. You happen to, the bubble appears around you, and as if right on cue, Chuck comes, I assume, running right into the room there.
Yeah,
What do you do, Chuck?
burst straight
All
into
right.
the room.
Okay, what do you do? There's
Carrying
gingerbread man
carrying
between
Hans.
you. You see lava on the floor. You see a fiery furnace. You see Rachel there, near Mavis. What do you do?
Turn up. I brought backup.
Chuck,
And
Chuck, my legs. It hurts.
what do you mean your legs? Look at your face. Anyway,
Okay.
just had to.
I get a cage on my leg, asshole.
I know. I just wanted. Anyway, is there any reaction from the Rachel with Hans being here?
Yeah. I mean, okay. So when you come in, she's like, she like sees you have it and is like, drop him right now. And I'm gonna say that because you have her brother, you are invoking a custom move here. It says when you try to get Rachel to betray or endanger her brother, she takes True Love 5. So that is, she is not going to let anything attack you. Gingerbread friends, stay away from the football guy. Don't hurt him. Meanwhile, she's going to focus her attention on your friends.
Okay,
so-
fantastic.
so-
Let's attack.
Okay, what would you like to do? I'll give you one more.
While you're
move here.
holding him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop holding back.
Oh, okay. Tell us what you're gonna do.
So just fourth wall break here. First, this is a reminiscence of like the first role-playing game session I ever walked into. It's not good, but in this case, it's kind of good. Back to the game. So when I hear this, like, stay away from him, it's like, oh. So he sends Goldie out to essentially, he works with like so. The idea. He basically Goldie and him kind of merge into one actual troll. So instead of Chuck being the football player and Goldie being the troll, Goldie's actually absorbed into Chuck, and Chuck actually transforms into this large troll, this beast, this monster, holding on to, well, he's now got a flimsy club, but he's got a club nonetheless. And so he uses his human club as a weapon.
Are you Hans?
Hans.
Hans is your club?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
It's stop holding
okay.
back.
Yeah.
Trolls
yeah.
aren't the smartest. And he starts using those to just lay waste into to charge through and lay waste to any gingerbread man who are in front of him, but as she's told him to get away, and he just charges straight at her with a
Okay, so I have to decide what level of sacrifice this move requires. So what exactly are you trying to accomplish?
I'm going to essentially do a batter up with her and trying to hit her into the furnace.
Okay, plus you want to eliminate the gingerbread man threat, right? You
Well,
wanna end the
they're not going to go
encounter-
near me. She said, don't go near me.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You're waving Hans around to like ward them off while you're
Okay.
running. Is that what you're doing?
Sure.
It's
Hans now
a
club.
waving around, yes, as he's charging, as they're wrapping up to then the big smash to use Hans to hit her into the furnace. That's what he's trying to
Okay.
do.
So I'm gonna say
That's the intent.
that you're trying to beat a boss here,
Mm,
and she's not hurt at all.
mm.
And there's you're trying to win the boss fight here. I'm gonna have to say this is gonna be a I will
Ultimate
go with
sacrifice. Am I that high or am I?
We'll say no return. Just because you're pretty smart with the Hans thing. Like she's not gonna want to she would rather go down than blow up the whole thing. So in this fight, I would say it's a no return sacrifice. Like you sort of built up I want to say ultimate, but you've done a good job of stacking the deck in your favor. So I'm going to be kind and say no return.
I can go for ultimate. I don't mind. It's up to you.
He's like, no, please break it.
No, okay, we'll go to no return. So what am I rolling? This is the first time I've rolled this ever.
Now, for those of you watching, the ultimate sacrifice could kill Chuck's character unless you have that. Do you have that move that says if you miss it becomes a 7/8/9, or do you die if you miss?
You mean contain the surge?
No, you have the one that's like.
Yeah, I do.
17.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna say then this is gonna be a
which is why I don't mind the ultimate.
Yeah, okay, we'll say ultimate sacrifice. Yeah. That means if you miss, then I get to rewrite your character.
Yeah.
Basically.
Or the characters get rewritten, which
well, I get control of your character if you miss either way.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, let's do no return. I don't want to be able to.
Yeah.
You have big plans for Chuck, and I want to only get in the way a little bit if you miss.
Yeah, there is an evolution. So what do I roll? Do I get it's just straight roll? I've never used this. I don't believe I've used stop holding back.
So
I've used it once.
You have one logos tag, right?
One logos.
Or theme. Yeah, so that means you roll +1.
Wow,
so
that's
click
not
the
much.
cinematic. Yeah, click the cinematic move, and you give yourself only +1. Now, remember, if you miss, your character might not evolve as intended. Like essentially, you have a plan, but it's up to the MC to determine what happens to your character if you roll a miss. So now, given that information, do you still want to stop holding back?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And this is also a good time to donate and whatnot.
Either way, so
that's.
I do have a help point for Chuck that I can
you've
use.
got
Does
help
that
points.
work on that stuff?
it's true though, because you can't miss because you have a 7, 8, or 9 thing. So it's probably gonna be okay either way. But
can we use help points on this or?
Yeah, sure, I'll let you. I've done that before. I've said okay.
Cool. Then I'll give Chuck a help point. Give him a bubble to
Oh,
or even
no,
on
wait. No. Sorry, I only let chat points.
Chat points. Okay.
Back.
Oh.
All right. Well, no chat
I just
points.
SMS and go, hey, can you...
Let me just donate 2,000 points.
No,
Oh, come on.
no, I don't allow. I don't allow internal that one, even if it's my own character. Let's do this with a +1. Stop holding back. You've heard the intent of what I want to do, or this is the idea of what I'm doing. I am delaying. No, okay, nothing. Let's press the button. Stop holding back. I know there's a delay between the thing.
Man, that's all right. It's
let's
okay.
do it.
Take your time. Yeah. Oh, you did it! You got a great success. So because it's a no return, you don't even you don't even replace it. You just mark fade or crack and burn all the power tags on one theme.
Done.
And you tell us what happens.
As I said,
You take narrative control.
Chuck as the don't hurt him, stay away from him. It's like, oh. And then he has this massive grin on his face and gets an idea and starts growling. And Goldie, what you've seen is Goldie, the imaginary troll, who's actually the troll, which is part of Chuck, moves into Chuck and they absorb, and he just grows into this massive creature, still holding onto Hans, but now holding his legs as a club, and just has this massive growl, and then just charges towards the gingerbread man, who part ways because been told not to go near him, stay away, and he's just running up with raving and just getting essentially momentum with the for the swing, runs through the lava, not even caring. It's going to hurt him, but he doesn't care. That he's focused on one thing. He's focused on maybe some baseball for once. As he gets close. No, baseball, I think golf. Chuck's version of golf is more this. The run and hit for golf is more like Chuck's idea. And as he gets close, he just two hands with hands as the club, Goldie into the furnace itself.
Are you throwing Hans into just her?
Yeah. So who are you killing? You know. Okay. So for those watching, when you do a stop holding back, like the player who succeeded here, in fact, succeeded in the strongest way possible, generally speaking, they get to decide what happens. So Chuck or Karsh can tell us on behalf of Chuck who's dead and what is left of this wreck of a scene.
Well, I didn't kill Hans. Hans is a football player. I'm not going to kill a teammate.
Right, yeah.
But that might be a problem for later.
Yeah, you're gonna kill us.
Right now,
you got another nemesis.
We've already noted that there's a strong connection between these two.
Yeah.
Very, very strong connection between these two.
The building surviving, because I know you have collateral damage. Are we gonna have to dodge a breaking building?
Wow.
You showered in gingerbread.
It's up. I think building exploding is a capable thing, because he no longer cares about collateral damage as generally one of his flaws.
I could protect everyone in a bubble. If you'll let me.
That's on you.
I mean, you're the one describing the scene.
No, that's I will.
Can I do that, Polly? If he brings
I mean,
this
is not really my call in a sense,
it's your call
because Chuck gets to decide like what is happening. So if he says that there's enough time for you to put a bubble up, and if the bubble even works, I mean, this is sort of like rift versus rift. So depending on
me, are you just gonna kill all of us? Okay.
I mean, I assume he wouldn't want to kill you. So we'll say he'll give you a bubble opportunity. But tell us, Karsh, what status is she trying to avoid with the bubble?
Collapsed building.
Okay, collapsed building. 4, 5.
Oh, let's Chuck. So it's always going to be a 5.
Okay.
Oh, God.
You better succeed.
Well, welcome to my world. 5 is the magic number.
Now,
Christine,
unfortunately for you, you're trying to form a bubble around a place where there is lava, so that's going to, probably get in the way. I don't know, unless you tell me how it doesn't.
I was thinking I would dive underneath some of the gingerbread, slide and just get in between where Christine and Alex are, and just put a bubble up around the three of us, and just let the building collapse around us.
Christine's got a cage.
Oh yeah.
So as you're diving, could I try and push and free Christine from the cage? Can I set a change?
All right.
Get under it.
Let's okay, so let's try to unwind. Okay, so this happens within a flash, like a flash. Okay, so Alex, you see all this happening at once, and just you see the bubble about to form, and you want to make sure that there's no pin status. So that's gonna be change the game, because you want to reduce a status or eliminate a status. So just describe how you're doing this. I think you already did, but just describe what you're doing, and then you can roll for it.
Yeah, I have nothing to help, but I would really try and shove the cage kind of just enough to lift it up and pull Christine foot out, since she's just pinned.
Okay, so you're gonna so you have a juice of 1, so pin status becomes just, I don't know, slowed 1.
Yeah,
And I'm going to say Christine's going to have one more roll too. If you want to eliminate your pin status, you can also do something. You can kind of coordinate this.
So I'm kind of pinned still, slow, and Maeve is going to put on a bubble. If she put on a bubble, can I turn that into hard diamond or something around us?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, you could give me juice if you roll change the game properly. You could give me juice.
Yeah.
I'm going to change the game, enchant what already exists, and warp reality with my dimension, and turn that bubble into like hard material diamond.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So what you've done here? Yeah, nice job. What you've done here is you freed yourself completely from this cage. You have buffed essentially this bubble roll by trying to make it stronger against the forces that are collapsing it. So you can give, I don't know, we'll say this is another improvement that you and me agree on is a +1 for Mavis.
Yeah. So when May create a bubble, like some of my glitter and whimsy smoke just begin to infuse in her bubble and change it properly. And that's all I'm
into
gonna
a
do.
gingerbread bubble.
Move. We have a combo move. No, it's more like
Combo.
glittery.
And flashback. Back when we got out of the car, Maeve. No matter what happens, you got this.
Okay. Well,
You can do this. You're stronger than whatever is in there. You got this.
I think you could also just say that you gave me a help point by taking
There's your help
out
point.
You gave me the help point. I think from Karsh could be that you've cleared a path for me to run to our friends, which is enough for me. I think that could work.
Well, whichever one you decide on, I'm willing to let the that
Chuck's
was
more
a
the
good
motivational
speech.
speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
he did the speech, right? He's got to do the speech. You can't just say, I give a motivational speech, and he didn't. He gave you the speech, so you could have that one too. Whichever one you want.
Yeah.
I would take the speech and be like,
speech.
yeah, I just remember,
There's your help point as well.
Chuck said I could do it.
Yeah, I believe in myself because Chuck said it. Yeah, I think more. I'm just like, I think, and I hear Chuck say, "You can do this," and I'm just like, did he fucking know he was gonna tear the building down? Is this what it was?
Yeah.
Don't even give a fuck.
Yeah, so I kind of just like, I was thinking like Maeve kind of instantly reacts. She sees Chuck do this, and she sees like he kind of just starts tearing down the building. So she dives towards Christine and where she thinks Alex is, and she just hopes. She kind of sees the cage moving, so she's like, okay, Alex is just invisible. This is, I guess, a cool power that you can do. Great, good for you, bestie. And dive in between, and I'll just bubble magic, protective bubble, and can I use care for others because I am throwing myself into danger to protect them even more when I could just probably protect myself from where I am.
Okay.
And then I'll use.
So
the
let's keep
+1.
track of what you're doing here. You're changing the game to create this bubble, right? And then what? Everybody's gonna roll a face danger to see who's dead or who gets knocked out.
I was hoping that we could just I could take the risk and protect everyone.
All right.
That's
Okay.
fine. No,
Let's
it's
do
fine.
No. Okay. Here's what
I
we'll
can
do.
change the game.
Okay. We'll change the game, and then somebody can roll the face danger.
Okay.
And we'll figure it out. You got to change the game. You have to successfully change the game first.
Yeah, I will just do this. Change the game with a 4. No, I have just Candy Crush count still because she's dead now, right? Does that status
It's gone.
still there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean,
so then, no
unless
negative.
Chuck for some reason decided not to wipe that out.
I do. Just that. I do have that bubble 2 status that I took. Does that apply? Because I'm technically
Just expanding your own bubble to absorb
right?
everyone else.
All right. That's
just
fine.
say it's a status that I already, and it was only existing for the next. Okay, so that's a +6. I will take
Yep.
a weakness. Give me
+6.
I am gonna take a weakness here because
I mean, it's a
don't-
good time to do that. It's like a
Why
free
not?
one.
Because what?
Yeah, why not? But you also added my theme already, right? The bubble
I
compounding.
did. Oh god.
Okay.
And with the +6, you're gonna. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a.
I'm gonna
Go for
lust for power. I'll just use that one because
Okay.
I am doing
Perfect.
something pretty
Terrific.
drastic. Cool. If I fail this, I'm gonna kill myself.
if you fail because of that one weakness, my
You can't.
goodness.
Chuck gave you a motivational speech.
Yeah, you can't fail this one.
All right.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right, so
gonna
your
create-
bubble. Yeah, so like. The bubble is strong and it's diamond encrusted, but somehow still floats as the building collapses around you because it's a you have 5 juice, so you're gonna you're gonna beat any face danger really, from any.
Yeah.
Any
I wanted just
reasonable
like I
loss.
was thinking it was like a semicircle bubble that just like forms around us and like protects
Okay,
us as
yeah.
the building falls. Like the building's collapsing, we're not moving. I'm just letting the building
It
collapse
sort of
around
bounces
us.
off of us.
Yeah.
Kills all the gingerbread people that collapse into delicious dust.
And as the final part of my monologue as well, you see parts of the build as the diamond apparently forms around. You see parts of the building fall onto the troll.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
but like, what happened to Han?
What happened to Han? He's probably dead.
He's still with-
Hans was behind.
He's with the troll.
Hans is crushed 5, which is
Oh.
for an NPC.
Probably.
It's pretty much he's dead.
Well, that's up. That I'll leave to the MC if I've just created a new supervillain. But
Okay, we'll see.
but,
I gotta
you-
look at it.
but what you do see is that the troll, like the last vision you saw was the troll being crushed.
Okay, so are we fine? Do we have to roll again to see if we're fine,
No.
or
No,
okay,
no.
my
I mean,
bubble's
you can
pretty.
you can
Also,
you can
what
get your way
happened to
out
the
of there.
witch?
You're okay.
Oh, she's dead. She got thrown in the furnace.
Oh, so he bashed her into the furnace with
He
her.
hit her
Yeah.
with her brother and engulfed her into the furnace. That's what happened. Did you not hear that?
I think I blanked out that part when the building was like totally falling on us or something.
No, you.
Um,
Let's face it, Christine blanked out as soon as Chuck started speaking.
Yeah, so Maeve just like throws the bubble up, and like just and like I wait till I hear the entire building is collapsed and then let it go and see what wreckage we're in. But yeah, that's where
It's
we are
not
at.
long before you start hearing sirens, in the distance, of course, because you've just completely leveled the building. You're back. You look around, and it turns out you are in what appears to be the ordinary city, except for the factory you just collapsed was apparently the old Aurora Glassworks factory, not gingerbread. You've somehow warped yourself back into the city that you know. And there's nothing delicious about this pile of rubble.
Cool.
What do you do?
I mean, let's get the fuck out.
Candy?
Of here.
Oh, my
I
legs
think is-
hurt.
I will.
Yeah.
I just want to not meet up with the cops, so I'd like to
Yeah,
leave
okay.
immediately.
Okay, so I assume you're not sticking around there.
Yeah.
So,
Just help
All right, so
Christine
I
limp
think-
to the car.
before you do a downtime, I think I should give you a well. What do you want to do after this? Like there's not. You've sort of blown up a
Building.
significant thing. Yeah.
A story.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you tell me what you want to do now.
I feel like Maeve specifically would she'd get everyone out, like she'd bubble it, like bubble float us over, like so that we're like away from the eyes of cops, get in the car. She'd sit down, and I feel like she'd just stare blankly at the steering wheel and be like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. And then like look back and be like, where's Chuck? Do you guys know where Chuck is? Is he?
I think like the building collapsed on him, but also he looked really ugly and not like a person, more like a monster at the end, so I don't even know if it was him.
Where's Alex? Alex, are you here? I don't know if you're here.
I think they helped me.
Here, what the fuck? We left gingerbread and golf and
Yeah, I think he was swinging hay. Yeah. Also, that cage from all my legs and it really hurts, and it's also damaged my designer shoe.
It's fine. Listen, I'm just gonna I turn on the car and I just start driving, and I will drive back to the
Are we
campus.
leaving Chuck?
Yes.
Can we go to the ER? Also, can we find Chuck? Before we go to the...
Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. The last time this happened with Corvus didn't come back with us, and I'm just assuming that Chuck did the same thing. When you give in to your legendary side and you let it take over, I've not seen anyone come back from it yet. So Chuck, maybe he's fine, but I don't want to be here when the cops show up to explain why a building collapsed, because I am graduating soon and I do not want to be marked as a terrorist.
No, hold on. You said that. Does that mean Chuck is dead?
What do you mean,
or
give
he's
in?
Something else. Or he's something else. Let's explain this later. I want to leave. I'm driving. I'm already driving.
We're
just
How are you so chill about this?
I'm not chill. I'm actually really trying not to break down right now because that was terrifying and I almost died. She was going to cook me alive.
We don't even get that along, and I'm really sad.
Rip Rich.
Yeah, I just
the candy was made of
our,
You added that to my you sent that to my DM.
Oh, sorry.
If you had shown me this picture, I would have been flirting with her. She's hot. Rachel's hot. But anyways,
literally
very evil.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say for Maeve, I just drop them off, and I'm we can talk tomorrow, but I need to not be here, and I'm gonna leave Corvus's car, take the keys, and I'm gonna go to Penny's dorm and just give her a hug because I almost died and I want to talk to Penny. So that's what I would do at the end there. That's what I'm saying that I did at the end. Everyone else, whatever you do after I drop you off,
whatever
that's fine.
you do, yeah. I mean, we can fade to black in a second. If anybody else has anything to do, otherwise we can fade to black and figure out what's, what.
We'll take Christine to get first aid. And
yeah, please. Also, I want to check in and make sure everyone's okay. Is there anyone get hurt beside me?
Just you.
And my shoes.
And maybe
just me and my shoes.
Your shoes.
And Chuck. Chuck may be dead. Chuck is maybe dead, and that maybe is worse than my shoes get damaged.
Maybe.
Probably not.
This is really scary.
Were you around for Corvus? Is this a thing that happens? Do they just...
I don't know who that is. I hope that person was not hot because it would make it sadder if they were hot.
Alex will just make some notes.
If you make your way back to the university, I don't know if that's what you're going to do. You happen to, you want to regroup and recover after blowing up an entire building, trying to stay away from anybody who might follow you. You know what I'm going to ask? Well, you drive up and you sort of want to regroup, I guess, in the science room or I don't know where. But when you get out of the car, you happen to notice that's the same person that you saw in Corvus's office, like the new professor that was in his office, is outside by the parking lot watching you arrive and just observes you. You think it's strange that he's paying attention. I mean, you're all disheveled and stressed out, but why you would draw any attention that it's sort of beyond you. But he watches you sort of pass by, and you just take note that he happens to be watching you.
Cool. Downtime?
Downtime.
Can we get to a nurse station real quick? To patch up my leg and then downtime.
All right.
You can do that in the downtime or etc.
You can patch up your leg in downtime, or you can use
And-
you can try outside and then use downtime as for something else.
Perfect.
I just want one more narrative thing. A
Yeah.
hand comes out of the rubble. And
I was just assuming
Alright.
they would pull Chuck out if he was like in a coma or something.
All right.
Was it Chuck's
so
hand,
the way we
though?
do downtime is we will do. I will start from the screen from the left to right, top to bottom. And so if somebody wants to roll the downtime move, that would be swell and helpful. We can start with Maeve, and then we'll go Chuck, then Alex, then Christine. What would you like to do with your post-destructive downtime, where you saved everybody's life? By the way, you must be feeling kind of good about yourself.
No, I actually feel terrible
Oh.
because I got everyone into that situation. But also at the same time, I knew that we had to do that. I think I just regret going without Penny. So after I visit Penny and like I have a night or two to like recover, I'm gonna go back to therapy because like I don't want to deal with these problems anymore, and I feel like this is a great time to go to.
Here's what I'm going to award you for that. Your therapist's name is Geraldine Granger. So,
Geraldine. That's
yep.
a funny name.
Yeah, well, that's her name. You call her Jerry, or you call her Geraldine. You know, she's one of those first name bases, but you know, not that informal. Geraldine, and she's very nice and helpful. And I'm going to award you for going to therapy and working on yourself. I'm going to give you a temporary ally of Geraldine Granger, and there's tags that you can choose as a temporary theme. And
Cool.
you know, I'll pull that away whenever the story merits. I think I put the ally, you know, tag. Well, I'll put it in the Discord again, and then you could choose
Is
from
it
that.
spelled
what-
like Geraldine Granger, like the character from what, like that like British TV show?
Geraldine with a G and Granger with a G.
Okay, got it. Yep, the same spelling. Okay, I'll
Okay.
we can do it after the show.
Yeah.
so.
All right. And then you probably want to do what would be the downtime?
Yeah, I'm focusing on my secret pain. So
Okay. All right. Cool. Excellent.
okay, so that's one less on secret pain, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, cool. I'm at
All right, good.
5.3, guys. Whoa. Whoa. All right.
All right. Next up, Chuck, whose hand is out of the wreckage. What do you do during this time?
well, I'm pretty much going to be unconscious for most of it. So I think dealing with myself and dealing with my secret pain in dreams.
Are you you're unconscious and trying to dream about something? Are you? Okay,
Well,
we'll come
I
back to you.
think I think that's about
We'll
the
come
only
back to you.
thing. Because I said it might not have been my hand. Yes, I'm helping you with a supervillain of Hans, just in case.
Oh, is that? Oh, thank you for that. Okay, so then what are you going to do with your downtime?
Oh, me? As I said,
Yeah.
he's probably going to be unconscious. So the only thing I can think of him doing is dreaming and working on himself.
Okay. Okay. How do you want to handle that mechanically?
I didn't want to reveal too much. That's the whole thing.
All right. Well, okay. Well, we'll come back to that.
He's
another
going through a tormented dream of this fight of he wants to protect people, but he's had like the rage is the only thing that has been strong enough to protect him. But there's other things. There's another way of protecting people. There's another way. There's another thing that can protect people. You don't have to be angry all the time. You don't have to be violent to protect people. You can just be chivalrous, and you can be a good person, an upstanding person, and like you need to focus on like being yourself and focus on being smarter and better and stronger rather than just violent.
Okay. All right. Okay. You can figure out what you want to do with like giving attention to something, whenever you like. You can explore your mythos if you want to. Also, I don't know. It sounds like that all sounds good.
I think he's working on Secret Pain.
Yeah.
Oh, are you?
He's
Okay.
taking
All
that
right.
Secret Pain move.
Okay. Cool. Well then, you are now healed 1 and wounded 5.4. Okay, Alex, what would you like to do during your downtime?
Would it count as work the case if I, Alex, has a lot of contact with the faculty and would be very interested in this new faculty member that seems to have appeared out of nowhere. Would it be work the case if they tried to kind of sniff around and find out
I'll
something
give you 3
about
clues.
them?
Thank you for taking my hook. That I kept forcing you to do. All right. What would you like to do? What can you do on the team?
Can I
Yes.
say we've also got the academic stuff too. We've got the access to the academic lab.
Oh, like the administrative building and
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be just students. We can use that to try to figure out what's the.
Yeah, so I mean, so maybe they would go through the administrative office to try and find like what does this new professor's CV look like? What's
Yeah.
their background?
Okay. Give me 3 questions specifically.
Um,
I'll give you the name
Well-
for free. How about that? Professor Clay.
Professor Calais.
Yep.
So I think Alex would look to see where they taught last or what they were last working on.
Okay, so let me give you a good answer for this. Their focus is so their CV has like a previous university, but you can't really make hide nor hair. But the mist has obscured it, such that if I were to tell it to you, you would forget it. So that's not going to count as a question. But he's a professor of philosophy, and his most recent studies seem to be on the question of the self, like what are we truly made of, and how can we free ourselves from the metaphysical existence that we are in right now. That's only one question.
That's one question. I think Alex might check the library to see if they would actually try and check the library records to see if the kind of books that Professor Clay had been checking out, kind of knowing that what their previous mentor had been looking into around rifts and how that worked.
Huh? Interesting.
Had they
You
been
ask about that. I didn't
doing
say
any other
anything
reading?
about that. But he does.
Or they've been
seem
doing
to
the
be
same
very-
readings. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he does seem to be very interested in the myths. The old legends and stories, mythical things, and also you notice he is interested on the how to defeat mythical things, as well as liberate the mythical things.
And then I think Alex might try and sit in on a class, and just see if they observed anything about any kind of strangeness or manner.
Yeah, you make your way into a class, and surprisingly, you're noticed when. Hold on a second. I'm gonna come back to you. Let me correct you. That's a good question. I want to play that out a little bit. Okay. What would you like to do, Christine?
I would totally like to go to the nursery at first to just get my leg check in. Because all I wear is heels. Apparently, the fashion industry has evolved consistently, including some sort of heels that's gonna hurt a leg. So that's wonderful. I love it. So I'll need to check that in first, because I like to wear shoes. And then I think I'm going to start hanging out with my chemistry bestie Lily a little bit more. And could that be me working on the wanted status? Because I'm actually genuinely, for the first time in forever, hanging out with somebody without actually expecting something else from them besides like companionship.
Growth, huh? I like it. All right. So let me make sure. Okay, so we're gonna play this out a little bit. You make your way to Professor Clay's classroom. You sneak in. You don't want to be noticed, but you sit in the back of the lecture hall. Across the crowd of listeners, you see he's a burly, bearded man on the podium, and he's captivating his audience. This is not dry philosophy. Profound, poignant questions behind him on the board. There's symbols and diagrams, and the word transformation encircled many times. You slowly begin to hear his words.
So, it is possible for us then to go through the same processes, let go of all the noise, the contaminants, and become what we are in essence. The ancients thought so, and they left us with specific instructions.
We'll fade to black right there.
Huh.
We can do I don't know if we've got time to do anything anything big next. It's up to you, Karsh, if you think. Otherwise, we can do like a geek out during the end of the credits. Like you sort of cut through that. By the way, congratulations, you've completed the furnace.
4 episodes. It's so fast.
It was fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where else we could have gone. So
We could have investigated the Nagas, or we could have gone back to the Fight Club.
Well,
We could have
the
gone
good news
to...
is things that you skipped over, I can repurpose, and I probably will. That's
We
what
could have
happens.
gone to holiday.
It wouldn't have worked, but it was just like a distraction from trying to from following the breadcrumbs, and yeah.
Oh, so we all ate the candy. Do we still have status related to that? Oh, no, because Ding Dong the bitch is dead.
Candy-related statuses will go away. So the next case, by the way, is called Cult of the God King.
Right, that sounds even less pleasant than the last one.
Yeah, the last one was easy. This one is very involved. But, I don't know. It could be easy.
I can't believe.
Sure.
I can't believe that murder was our solution. Like, murder isn't the answer.
No,
It's
not.
the questions. It's the questions, and then our answer was yes.
Christine, from my observations, murder is frequently their answer.
It's so.
It wasn't my
I'm
answer.
like-
I tried to talk to her. You guys heard me. I did try to talk to her. She was not listening. And actually, she's not. We don't know if she's dead because she got pushed into the furnace. We don't know what the furnace actually does to people like us. So she might be dead. The furnace probably protected her from the rubble falling. So.
We literally saw him bash her with her brother into an open flame.
Yeah.
But we can't. We don't see a body, so we can't confirm death. It's like a
No
sitcom,
corpus delicti.
If there's no corpse, then we don't know if they're dead.
Yeah. So I should ask you, Karsh, did you? I'm just gonna ask you this just for fun.
Funsies.
When you bashed Rachel with her brother, did you mostly focus on getting her burned in the fire, or did you just want to destroy her body?
That sounds really loaded question.
Do you want to get her in the furnace more, or did you want to just kill her in a flashy way? That's the question.
That sounds really loaded question. It was less to burn. I can't really answer that question. I really can't.
Well,
And
then
there
I
wasn't
will
enough
decide for my-
thinking going on to be able to answer that question.
Okay,
I don't know
I'll
if Chuck
decide for
would-
myself.
Want
Yeah.
to murder someone directly? It kind of
No.
seemed like he'd be the type to just want to throw her.
And when-
because it's funny.
And when he was when it was stated that he was a murderer, like Goldie started flicking in and out of as well. So that's also something.
Okay, so I'm
Maybe he
going to
did murder
decide
her.
what happens to Rachel. You may, I don't know, she's probably dead. That's
Maybe.
pretty terrible.
Maybe.
I mean, that fire was pretty big. All right. You want to do geek out during the credits, or
I
what's
would
this-
say so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. It's a shorter than usual session today, but we didn't have our full.
It's
cast of
actually
characters.
about
went
okay
3
for us. It was 3 hours,
Okay.
which is about normal. We usually have 3.5, so it's not hugely big difference. We have
Alright.
gotten shorter. I'll go first for once. Hi,
Alright.
my name is Karsh Goblin. I've been playing Chuck 1.0. Next week I'll be playing something else or someone else.
1.1,
Chuck
so-
1.01.
Yes, the ability was only a single crack, or so single fade or crack,
Right.
but that starts a chain reaction.
Oh, I see.
So a chain reaction also could be called a transformation. So next week we'll see what happens. Hopefully they do go freaking looking for me at least in the hospitals though, because that's at least the polite thing to do.
Transformation. That sounds like a word I just used. Interesting.
Because they just fled. They just left.
I did.
It
I
did.
didn't want to be. Listen, Chuck, if it comes between looking for you and looking for you with the cops there, I'm leaving. I am a goth queer woman. I don't like the cops.
I wanted to stay and look for him, but my language was literally crushed. And also our driver insisted on us leaving.
Oh yeah, no, we're not sticking around for the cops. I'm queer. I know what that means. we're not
Yeah,
we're not
right.
doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not
Really
going to be marked
awesome.
as a terrorist right now.
I mean,
for
I'm
everything.
rich and hot, so I'm okay with them.
I'm rich, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be around cops.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what who I'm playing or who I have been playing, and yeah, the transformation. I had other plans. There is artwork for the other plans as well. I will share the artwork on our social media because this wasn't probably going to be how the change was going to happen, but it still happened this way. And at least I've given our MC another possible supervillain to play with.
Yeah, that's fun.
2, if Rachel's still
2,
alive.
actually, possibly,
It's
yeah.
true.
Hopefully it's not 2.
Although from what I've hypothesized, I don't think Rachel's going to be a problem anymore if she's still got in the furnace. So
Yeah. So Oblivivian.
Oblivivian, hello. My name is Oblivivian. I stream on Twitch a lot. So come follow me. I've been playing 20 Minutes Till Dawn. It's a fun game. It's really fun. I actually streamed today. Whoa.
You did? that's
I
cool.
did. I streamed today. I didn't save the VOD because I did not look good when I streamed, so I didn't want anyone looking at my face. But feel free to follow me, and I will stream whenever, because I am random and I like to do it occasionally just to not be alone. I'm going to. You didn't say what you're going to do, Karsh, with your geeking out.
Oh crap! Yeah, geeking out. I
That's what I'm
just
doing.
totally forgot about that side of things. You do yours, I'll come back.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh,
I am going to take a hurt point for Chuck. I know this is really hard to say out loud because he did just he might be dead. But here's the thing. He was pissing me off.
You're
In the
welcome.
beginning of this session, when I was trying to be like, listen, I think that we need to do this. And he was like, no, we don't need to do that. We need to do these other things that aren't going to work. And I just felt like Corvus for a second, and it pissed me off. I would take it for everyone except Alex. I may have taken... I feel like I would take help points for Alex and Christine because they knew that I was in trouble and they took that candy knowing that it could fuck them up to come see me. True friend. Christine's a true friend. She did it straight up, just like no thoughts. She was like, "I'm there for you, bitch." But no, Chuck didn't even do that, and I didn't know that, but Maeve doesn't know that he did that. But on top of that, he did piss me off in the beginning, so I'm taking that hurt point because I feel like that friendship dynamic was just not cool, and I also want to stop Chuck from doing dumb things sometimes, so I need a hurt point on him.
And on top of that, I still wasn't going to do that. I absolutely
You
still
still-
wasn't going to do that. I had other plans to do.
Yeah, I know, you
You
literally
did,
almost
huh?
left, so that was cool.
Yeah.
And what if licking the candy didn't work? That would have been great. So you still wouldn't have showed up, and then we probably would have all died. So anyways, hurt point
I
on
would have
Chuck.
had to go on out. So yeah.
Hurt point on Chuck. That's it. Follow me on Twitch. I'm cool. Goodbye.
All right. The one thing I like is
point on
Supreme
Alex.
is still alive.
You're taking
Oh,
your
okay,
point
is
on
that what you
Alex?
want?
No, actually, it's either Alex or I think her point on Alex for making us take drugs.
Okay. Didn't say no to drugs.
Ooh, Christine gets a help point. A
Alright.
chat point.
Wait, what?
I do.
donated chat
Christine,
luck
you
to
get a chat
Christine.
point. Sorry, I
I
totally
do.
missed that. Our alerts are not working for some reason.
You all love me. You all love me, and I love you too.
Oh god, no.
What a
have we-
delayed. Remember when you were like, "Give me help points"? This is a delayed reaction to that.
It's okay.
Okay, next time.
You all... Listen, they all love me, and I do too. I do love me too.
Why don't you go, Christine? Now.
Okay, so hi, I'm Christine. Does anyone know any good therapists to come? Because I just saw this guy that I'm kind of like acquainted with die, maybe, who also before he died bashed a guy that I know onto his sister and pushed her into an oven that's on fire. Which is
Alright,
a
so
sentence I never thought I would say and totally sounds clickbait, so I can't even make a freaking vlog out of it. You know?
I'm
And
surprised.
also, my leg is strained because a cage dropped on it, and now I can't wear high heels for like a week or something. It's been hard.
I feel like Christine's
So
delusion
anyway,
fixed all that.
I'm like totally hanging out with my chemistry bestie Lily and just like not ask her to do homework and like have a full on real life conversation, which is like, am I even a fashionista valley girl anymore? So yeah, anyway, all that to say is I'm going to put a crack on my valley girl fashionista.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So a
Wow, that was-
crack would be the make a hard choice move, and so that means you still get to, technically speaking, get to choose still one of the three geek out during the credits, because that's a different move. What you did essentially right there is you made the move make a hard choice, because you sort of you're ignoring your fashionista side and cracking that, so that's different from this move right here. So what would you like to do so far as geek out during the credits? You can answer the question, how has the crew grown this session? Which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session? Or which of your themes is under the most strain? I mean, you could also, you probably kind of answered the third question.
Yeah, I'm answering the third question, so I'm just
Okay.
going to oh, I'm supposed to write down the answer under the flip side. My bad.
Yes, yeah.
So I'll just say that like this theme was the most strained because I like found like genuine companionship with somebody without using them for my immediate benefit. That
Alright.
is
Damn.
it's
That's crazy.
weird. It feels like genuine relationship and I don't like it.
Hard Christine's bad.
Thank you. So did Alex, did you go yet?
Alex.
No, I am.
Okay, all right.
I'm Ravenrock. I'm playing Alex Storm. Alex, I think would do a help point for Mavis. Alex really struggles to fit in, and so when Mavis like played the logic and like was like, "What do you think?" They really got to be themselves and work the mystery, and they would have been really excited that somebody remembered they were in the room, um, or tried to save them when the building was crashing on top of them.
Yeah, I was like, Maeve like is like, I think Alex is over here. I hope so. I hope Alex is here.
Just cowardly hiding in the corner. It's fine. It's fine. Alex is not the bravest human.
Yeah, Maeve just created a bubble and saved your ass, so I appreciate it. And like, I do want to involve you. Maeve was like, please be the voice of reason with me.
Was this really the voice of reason?
I mean, we did it. We did it.
We got there.
We killed the boss.
So on screen, vertically, the voice of reasons are over there with Maeve and Alex. Totally the voice of reason and thought, and the other side, far less
Pretty
so.
faces. Pretty faces.
I've never said
Saved
Chuck's
our
pretty
butt.
face.
Nothing up here.
And
Chuck has a
saved
pretty
our butt.
face, I think.
All right. Well, I am Polly. People, I've been your MC. You can find me streaming between Tuesdays through Saturdays here on Twitch at twitch.tv/polypeople.
Okey-dokey.
Oh,
And the channel we're going to raid just finished, so let's probably not find that channel.
All right. Perfect. And so, what's
Totally
up?
perfect. Totally perfect. It happened all the time. So thank you everyone for coming in. We still have issues with Call of Cthulhu this week. So I won't go into details, but we're probably going to be playing something different. We're going to have some explanation of what we're going to do on our normal showtime, and we'll possibly do like talk about character creation and whatnot for a small mini game as a break between if we're going to have it full time off or if we're going to be able to come back to it and just have that, because we need that little bit of break right now. Tomorrow should be no heroes here. Fingers crossed that's going to go ahead. It's been a thing that's been working on for far too long, but everything seems to be working, overlay wires and whatnot. So thank you everyone for coming in. Next week we have a very new investigation, Cult of the God King, which doesn't sound ominous at all. Like totally,
It's gonna be fine.
yeah. You get to see possibly Chuck 2.0.
It's gonna be. I project that it might be a longer case. It might be kind of involved.
I like the longer cases. This one was shorter than I would have liked, personally. I thought investigating other bits and pieces we could have done.
Yeah. Well,
I think if I hadn't taken the candy, it would have taken us a lot longer to investigate. I think it's because I took candy that we figured it out.
You put yourself in that much risk, which then moved the timeline up to a, oh crap, we actually have to do this because you're really in trouble if we don't.
There's a lot of things that I can now repurpose.
Right.
Let's prep for Polly. Let's prep for Polly.
No, more prep, I think.
Yeah.
More prep.
Because then you have to rework it in. But yeah, that's what's happening. And of course, Circus is also happening. So thank you, everybody. We're going to be probably not raiding anybody because, again, that person just disappeared and it'll take too long to do it. So thank you. We're going to head off after the credits and have great fun. Enjoy your role playing. Enjoy City Mist. It's an incredible.
Don't take candy from strangers.
Yes, don't take drugs. Seriously,
Don't take candy from strangers.
just don't take drugs.
Don't take candy from stranger. And also, if some of these withdrawal addiction talks resonate with you, there are help out there.
Yes.
There's help out there, yeah.
Yep.
Drugs bad, but there's always help if you, So bye for now. I'm going to change the nightclub sound set because this has been really in there all this time. So let's do that one. There we go. Bye.